Welcome. There we are. All right.
We're working.
So, it's week one. We're working out a few kinks here. Welcome into Cover One Live. I'm Manny Diaz alongside
Joe Hyde.
Yeah, the partner in crime here that I guess we'll see. We'll give him
see if I can talk about football.
We'll give him the go this week. See how he does. Nonetheless. All right. Hey, big week this week. The San Angelo Central Bobcats opening the season up tonight against Shoemaker. We will bring you highlights of that one, plus a number of ball games. But first things first, Tony Garcia, our director, hey, hit 4 on the Black Magic there, and let's get to a highlight real quick. It is the Wall Hawks hosting the Eastland Mavericks, and look at here, Eastland knocking on the door, and what do you say? That's a Wall Hawks interception. How about some highlights there from Ratliff Stadium, Mojo, a little safety action here. Then back to Wall. We're just cruising along. The Hawks doing what they do best, looking like they're going to run the football. That's Dominic Garcia. How about this kid? Just a little engine that could. And one more highlight before we kind of bring it back to the desk here. Looks like Midland High back out to Grande Communication Stadium. We're going to bring you stuff from all around the Little Southwest Conference tonight.
And the state of Texas.
And the state of Texas. We have a big game here. So looks like it was a little miscue there on the hap there. El Paso Montwood in for the touchdown. Tony, let's go ahead and bring it back to the desk here. All righty. So, before we kind of get things started, this is the Cover One Live show here on San Angelo Live. Our pregame show is presented by Nuke's Eatery. If you need catering, if you just need a good sandwich, these guys are the place to call, and we will toast to that. That is for sure.
You know about Nuke's? Tonight they brought us over some sandwiches.
Yes, they did. So that's why we're kind of hyped up about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel nourished. And you know, the thing about eating that kind of stuff, instead of like going pizza or hamburgers, is it feels healthy.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to Chadwick about that.
It feels healthy, yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Real quick, Tony, whenever we get a chance here, let's bring in the third member of our crew, Mr. Matt Trammell.
The Trammell desk.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
Yeah.
The live desk. The Trammell desk, whatever you want to call it.
Go and hit number 2 on that. Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Not yet.
Almost.
He's not there. There he is.
There he is. What's up, guys? I'm back. The Trammell desk, ready to hit some Trammell lines. But first, I got some Trammell highlights. And that's right. The Central Bobcats, they're playing Shoemaker. And this last play that's going to happen, it's going to be a big one for Central. So, let's just check it out. Hey, can we get a backup all
Shoemaker,
the way here?
Yeah.
Let's get to the start of this thing. Let's break this thing down from the jump. So it's the ball's on the 1 yard line, and it's just a handoff to the right. He breaks it out to the side. It looks like he could be going all the way, but fumbles the ball, coughs it up, and that's a Central fumble recovery on their first drive on their defense after a punt that made it all the way to the 1 yard line, Manny.
Wow, man. Okay, so that Central defense, we'll get into talking about these guys here real quick. Wow, let's bring it back to the desk here. All right, Tony, real quick, macro number 3. This will take care of, we'll actually show you what games that we're going to bring you tonight. As you can see here, Shoemaker, San Angelo Central. We just brought you a quick update of that one. No score, Trammell, from San Angelo Stadium?
No score yet.
Okay, so El Paso, Pebble Hills, and Odessa, Permian, Mojo. I tell you, they only have like 2 non-district games that are not at Ratliff Stadium this season. I don't know how they got that schedule. Nonetheless, El Paso Montwood down at Midland High at Grande Communication Stadium. A big game that we're watching is Modern Day California, the number 1 team in the entire country, taking on Duncanville, a top 10 team in the state of Texas. Also, the Lakeview Chiefs visiting La Mesa, the Golden Tornadoes there in the Permian Basin. Jim Ned and Ballinger. This is going to be a big one. Jim Ned, the defending Class 3A Division I state champions. Eastland, Wall, we just showed you a quick highlight of that one. Also, Sterling City, Garden City, the defending state champion, Sterling City Eagles in Class 1A Division I, the 6-man kids, of course. And we're also going to effort some Cristobal highlights as well. We'll see if we can't get those on. Tony, let's bring it back to the desk here. I tell you, good stuff. Joe, we have.
I'm looking at this. I'm seeing all these videographers we have all over.
Oh
the
my
place.
gosh!
I mean, no one is covering the shows or covering the games like
Well,
we are.
the best way to explain it, this is an NFL red zone for Texas high school football
and a Barstool Sports.
and a Barstool Sports. Yes,
because we have
indeed.
to-
Y'all are
dirty
sitting.
jokes.
Y'all are sitting on bar stools.
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
We're on Barstools.
Hey,
Drinking our
so,
Newt's tea.
Yes.
So Manny, that's a big slate of games. Which one you think's your favorite out of that?
I tell you, the one I'm really looking forward to. I mean,
gonna say
obviously,
Central. He's gonna say Central.
modern day Duncanville is an exciting game unto its own, just
Oh, listen to
because
you.
the number one team in the country is in Texas tonight. But I think, and at Trammell, Joe, you took the words right out of my mouth. I want to see Central do some things tonight, and I think they have a lot to prove because Colleen Shoemaker has handed it to the Bobcats for the last 2 straight seasons.
Beat the tar out of
So
them last time they played.
yeah, it's been tough for those guys. So that's kind of what we're working with tonight. Our pregame show presented by Nuke's Eatery. If you're looking for a good sandwich, pizza, just a good place to hang out, or in fact a catering for your next event, go hit up our good friends at Nuke's
Oh,
Eatery.
it was delicious, man. I'll tell you what. And then afterwards, they had this dessert, and it was like a.
It's a good lunchbox.
It's like it was like a peanut butter Rice Krispie treat with a little chocolate on it. It was like a Rice Krispie treat, like a Reese's Pieces. It was delicious. So go to Nukes, everybody. It's delicious.
But where is Nukes? Trammell, do you even know how to get there?
Oh yeah, man. Nukes is over there.
It's already
on
hit
the,
2 on the board there.
On the fancy part of town, up there by the Bluffs.
You said
by the
it's
new HEB.
by the new
I live,
HEB.
I live by the old one. You
So
know?
it's kind of in the parking lot, that area, that
Yeah,
shopping center
definitely,
next
right
to
by
the old
kind of behind Chick-fil-A and all that
Nukes,
stuff.
by the new HEB,
There you go.
behind the Chinese place that has a bear.
Behind the Chinese place with the panda. Oh, that is a bear. Oh, wow. Yeah. So back to football, I guess.
Heck yeah.
So we have an exciting slate of games, as you saw tonight. Plus, we're going to have live scores as they come in. Live scores are tonight presented by Deersky and Deersky Realtors and all of that. Of course, hey, big games tonight. Tons of good stuff to watch. Trammell, hey, do we care to get maybe who we're picking tonight?
Hey,
Real
man,
quick.
We can get into some picks. I mean, me and you, we've kind of prepped a little bit, but hey, maybe Joe wants to get a little fancy. And maybe
Well, I
throw
tell you
his
what,
hat
we
in the
we
thing,
have
too.
just a few moments before we actually get into the to our sponsor or to the actual show in this. Hey, let's start with Colleen Shoemaker, San Angelo Central. Who you got tonight?
Oh man, it's an easy one for me. If you go back to what happened when they were in the same district, and then when you see last year, it's pretty simple to me. They got a quarterback who's a stud, who we'll talk about later, Manny. But Colleen Shoemaker, they're probably the real deal. They're athletic as heck, so it's gonna be a real strain on the defense. So we're gonna see what happens. But I probably got Colleen in this one.
Absolutely.
What
All
about
right.
you?
You know what? I got to go with the Angry Orange. I love me some Tyler Hill. Looks like he is the guy that's starting for the Bobcats tonight as QB1. So big things going on for them. So I think we kind of both agree. Well, no, you're picking Shoemaker.
Yeah, I got
You're
Shoemaker.
picking,
Yeah.
So Trammell is the enemy because I'm
Yes.
gonna pick Central too, just for the sake of Central is our front doorsteps for San Angelo. We want some people to
Yes.
move here. We want some economic development. So if Central wins is good for economic development.
There we go. Hey, let's get to 2 more games here. El Paso, Pebble Hills, Odessa, Permian. Trammell, who you got tonight?
Okay, so Pebble Hills, Odessa, Permian. I don't really know these teams a lot. What I do know is that Permian, they run the triple option, so it's easy for them to pick up these wins early. So I got Permian in this one. So
Yep. Hey, I agree with you there. Go Mojo. Mojo tonight. Heck, I think we talked about it last year. We need Odessa Permian relevant.
Yeah.
That way, whenever they come or whenever San Angelo Central gets them on the schedule, that means they knock off the beast.
Plus,
So,
Odessa Permian has a cool stadium.
Yes.
Rapids.
Yeah.
that's who you're picking, Joe.
I am. Let's go Odessa.
OP.
Mojo, baby. It's Mojo.
All right, let's get to 2 more. Jim Ned, Ballinger. Hey, Ballinger, they beat the Indians last season. It was the Tribe's only loss of the entire season. Jim Ned went on to win the Class 3A Division I state championship. Trammell, who you got tonight? Jim Ned, Ballinger.
Dude, Manny, we watched Ballinger last year, and they did get the win. But I don't think after Jim Ned can go all the way to the state championship, and that running back, we'll talk about it later, but he has 0 recruits right now. He has 0 offers from anywhere, and he was a beast last year and won the state championship basically by himself,
Yep.
put the team on his back. And so how can I not go with the Indians in this one?
Xavier Wishart, that is his name. This cat, big kid. I mean, you don't. It's tough to just not root against him, and certainly what Jim Ned does on a regular basis. All right, you're going with Jim Ned. I'm going to take the Ballinger Bearcats.
The Bearcats.
I like the Concho Valley kids to pull off an upset tonight. Who knows? Maybe Chuck Lipsy has a little ace up his sleeve to, knock off the champs.
I'm going with Jim Ned because
Hey.
the area is growing. It's a very rapidly growing
Mr.
area.
Economic Development
Mr.
here.
Economic Development. We want Jim Ned. There's no way Ballinger's going to beat Jim
Hey,
Ned
and
tonight.
Joe, I think you should like them. You know what their mascot is, right?
Manny.
The Indians.
Manny knows what all these mascots are. How politically incorrect.
The Jim Ned Indians.
They're still called the
I mean,
Indians.
the Indians. So you can't call a team the Indians. This is 2022.
All right, let's get to one. Let's get to one more pick'em before we actually get into the show here. Hey, one more. Let's go with Sterling City, Garden City. This is a big battle. I mean, there's only
Battle
about
of 158.
Yes, about 30 miles separates these two teams. There in distance there. Of course, Sterling City, the defending six-man state champion from Class 1A Division 1, taking on Garden City. Trammell, I'll start with your pick. Who you got tonight, Sterling City, Garden City?
Well, both teams are really good, and they're going to play each other more than once this year, so it's not really going to matter. But right now, I think Garden City will probably take it early.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me later in the season, things might change. But right now, I'm just sticking with my guns here, and I'm not picking Concho Valley teams.
Okay, all right.
So Trammell, you know,
I'm being enemy number one.
enemy
here.
number one of San Angelo,
heel.
Texas.
Yes, he is the true heel.
The
If you're
heel.
talking WWE, he is the heel. All right. Hey, as far as this game here, I like Sterling City. They're the defending state champs. I know the people from Garden City may hate me right now just because they're actually hooking us up with some video tonight. But nonetheless, I like the Eagles, the state champs, to pull out this one. Joe, who you got?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Hey,
Dang, I think we missed one.
did we miss
Couldn't
one?
have
Who?
missed any.
I know one that is very important.
Are you talking about Wall?
No, we did that.
Oh, you did?
Did we
Okay.
do that?
No, we didn't do Wall.
We
You didn't do Wall.
But
But-
either way, there's another team in San Angelo who's playing tonight. They're not playing in San Angelo.
Who's that?
They're playing at the table. They're playing at the table. Lakeview is going to La Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be a game that Lakeview might circle on
Manny,
their
did
calendar
you send a
for
video
a win.
guide to the
Yeah,
Lakeview
in fact, we do have a videographer in La Mesa tonight. He's efforting highlights there from the Permian Basin. So, Trammell, who you got? I'll tell you who. I'll start off with myself here. Trammell, I do like Lakeview. I like me some Cade Henry, the new QB1. I think he's got it, and I think he's going to lead this team.
So I
very
haven't
well.
seen the teams yet this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is week 1. I didn't get to make it to a Lakeview 2-days practice. But nonetheless, I know for a fact that Lakeview schedules this game to circle to say, we are going to win week 1.
Why not?
You said Lakeview.
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 You picked a San Angelo team, Trammell.
That's right. Go
You
Chiefs.
we
The North.
I'm going to pick Lakeview too because if I don't, everyone will yell at me. I've been bullied into
We'll
it.
yell at you. We'll just have to put you through the La Mesa.
Hey, speaking of Lakeview, let's see. Let's get to a highlight. We'll come back, and then
I think we have a central touchdown.
Okay. Well, hey, let's allow our good friend Tony to cue up the central highlight here. Tony, whenever you're ready, we can go to that. Meantime, let's talk about this San Angelo Central team this season. Joe, we saw Tyler Hill.
Mm-hmm.
He had injured his hand last week against
scrimmage.
Abilene Cooper in the scrimmage there against the Cooper Cougs. We saw Ben Imler step in and do a phenomenal job there against the Cougs. So, there's talk that Ben, that there could rise above the other.
You were trying to make a quarterback controversy out of
No.
controversy.
I'm not trying to make.
Coach Crane knew exactly who was going to start. He did.
All right, Tony, go ahead, hit macro one. Let's get into the real thing here with our sponsors here.
All right, so what's going on is Tyler Hill, he was the starting QB, so the question has been answered, but nonetheless, we're going to run the ball right up the gut. That's going to be a 1-yard touchdown for the Bobcats.
Over there at San Angelo Stadium.
If it's not this one, it's the next one. We'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Man,
Nope, that's it. Yep, that's the touchdown. So
All right.
1-yard touchdown, handoff, right up the
So
gut.
it's
guys.
7-0 Cats right now.
Give me a second. We'll have to look at the San Angelo Live scores page presented by Deersky and Deersky, and we'll get right back to you on that one, Manny.
All right, Tony, let's come back to the desk here. Looks like the Bobcats getting on the board first.
Our scores say it's 7-7.
7-7. All right, so tie ball game there at San Angelo Stadium. Tony, we do have a highlight. So we have a lot of different stuff here. If you check here in our messages, we have Jim Ned and Ballinger, and it looks like we do have a Jim Ned touchdown. Keep going down, all the way down. Yes, sir. Double click on that bad cat there and get us going. All right, so we saw with the Bobcats, it is all square at 7.
Manny, I hate to say I told you so.
I told us so.
But here it is. Oh, and is he going to give it to him? That's
Save
right,
you?
he is. And makes one miss, makes two miss, fights off all the way to the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Indians, and that's going to make it 7-0, man.
Jim Ned. I told you, Jim Ned was going to win.
I know.
7-0 Tribe right now. This is the big game.
He meets him right there in the chest. Shout out to our guys on the ground.
That team, one cool thing about Jim Ned, about these guys, is they are a spread offense, but they can do that. They can run the football and just stuff it down your throat, which makes them very hard to stop, because a lot of teams, when they just run the spread, they're just all about, airing it out. Not these guys. They do it pretty well. All right, so 7-0 there from Ballinger, and hey, folks, stick with us. Stay by the seat of you're going to be living by the seat of your pants here, because we're going to be running through a lot of different highlights tonight. As you saw there, we were in Runnels County earlier. We were at Ratliff Stadium there in Odessa.
Wall
is driving right now.
In
In fact, hey, Tony, if you can hit that very bottom highlight there, piece of video. In fact, we are efforting highlights all over West Texas. We have videographers that are messaging us our video tonight. It's going to be all night long.
But
so
nothing is live.
Nothing is live, yes.
It might be 30 seconds delayed, but it's not live.
Yes.
No, probably more than 30 seconds, because it takes us a while to get it up there. But it's certainly faster than you don't get it anywhere else.
Right. Tony, hit us with 4 there. There we go.
Wall.
All right.
Hey, so what do you think Wall's going to do? That's right. Run the football. So right there, it's just a little pitch out there. A little speed option play. He gets a first down, and the Wall Hawks are driving.
All right. Hey, Tony, let's come back here. That's looks like it's an old ball game there. All right. So come back to camera 1 here, Tony. There we are. All right. So Wall is inside the 20-yard line from what we can see. I don't believe there is a score there from the east end of Tom Green County, so we will patiently wait and see what's going on there. In the meantime, Tony, if you go to the email there, the Gmail, you can find, go and refresh that. There's a Lakeview highlight in there waiting for us. We do have boots on the ground in La Mesa, Texas, where the Lakeview Chiefs are taking on the La Mesa Golden Tornadoes. Last year, for the last few years that they've faced off against them, Lakeview has just kind of had their way with them, which is a good thing. Lakeview needs some wins.
Yeah, we do.
It's been tough for them.
We need some wins for Lakeview, because they keep, transferring to other schools. I mean, seriously.
I think SAISD's kind of put an end to that as to how they're doing that now. But
it's important for Lakeview to have a formidable season, even
sure.
though they only have 4 people in their conference, right?
Right. So I mean, they're already in the playoffs. I mean, I think let's just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag here.
Lakeview is already.
They're going to the playoffs. Yes. We're gonna. I think everybody. That's the thing to say around the Texas high school football world when there's 4 teams in it. Okay, great. Now that we've established that they're going to the playoffs for the first time this season.
Outcome based.
Yes. I think these guys have a legitimate shot to actually,
go
make
beyond the third round. You think?
Well, I mean, the third round's tough, no matter.
Or go beyond the second round.
At least get past the first round. Tinkering around with that second round of action there.
And
but
what did they do last year? They did get back. Didn't they get beyond the first round?
Yeah. They're. I mean, they kind of.
Lakeview.
No.
Okay.
No.
Were they not?
They made the playoffs.
Made the playoffs. All right. All right. Hey, looks like we got some Lakeview touch. We got a Lakeview maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, run it back there. Run it back, Tony. Let's see what we got here.
So this is La Mesa. That looks like they have the football. And I'm not really sure what happened here, Manny. Make sense of that one for me.
Maybe that was a highlight sent in error.
Well, I think that was the first touchdown that we got sent to us, or no, that was the second one. So it is with that Lamesa touchdown, it made it 14 to 12. Lakeview
is winning the football?
Lakeview is, yes, they are out front at the moment.
Okay,
but there is a touchdown in there, a Lakeview touchdown. This one is in the second quarter, and let's see.
So Manny, as he's doing that. We had some other stuff to talk about. We got some players to watch.
Okay.
Hit me with one of your players to watch.
Okay. One of mine definitely is without question is San Angelo Central wide receiver Jacob English. Baylor Johnson went down last week with a broken collarbone there in the scrimmage against Abilene Cooper. And Jacob English, if you don't know who this cat is, you're going to know who he is real quick, fast, and in a hurry this season. He is a basketball star. He's also a track star. So the guy is just booming with athleticism, and I believe he's going to be moved into that number one outside receiver spot tonight. So that's my one guy on the San Angelo Central roster to watch and see what he is about.
You got an update from the field here. Wall is 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
Eastland is beating Wall 7-6 right now.
Eastland is up
That's
in
an
that
update
one.
from from the field.
Okay.
Just in case there are any confusions on that. And looks like 14-8 Sterling City.
Okay.
So,
alrighty.
Those are two.
Let's see, Tony. What do we got that we can put on for the folks here?
We're still working it.
All right. So as we get some highlights ready to go.
Manny, while you talk about the offense, I'm talking about the defense. My players to watch. Was the entire Central defense because, as we know, this quarterback for Killeen is the real deal, Joe. He's got a bunch of offers like Penn State, Rutgers.
Who wants to go to Penn State?
Arkansas. I mean, I'm talking big name schools, and this cat is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he can tear it up. So that's my players to watch. Central defense. Let's see if they can hold them.
Absolutely.
I heard if the Central defense doesn't hold all these teams, if they're too small or not athletic enough or whatever, we're going to have high-scoring games.
Yeah,
kind of like Texas Tech.
I think this will be a high-scoring game because
Yeah.
Kevin Crane, he likes to get it out there, throw the ball a lot,
right?
Fast pace.
Let's go back to Lamesa. This is a Lakeview with the rock here, looking downfield. But man, Lamesa coming up with an INT. Oski, that is Pedro Barrios.
He's going.
Yeah, it was a big return.
Oh man. So
Lakeview would lead at that point, 14-6. It would eventually lead to a Lamesa touchdown. It would make it 14-12 Lamesa. 14-12 Lakeview, that they are still leading right now. So we'll kind of see how this one develops. Tony, let's come back to the desk here. There we are. Hey, Trammell, do we have anything?
Wait. You didn't ask me who my favorite player.
Hold on, Trammell, do we have any updates from San Angelo Stadium?
We got to.
Look at that. We'll put that one in. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. Joe, who are your players to watch?
Sean Box.
Yeah.
He owns Sports Next Level.
Yeah. We know Sean very well.
His kid's a receiver.
Yeah.
We want to see Sean Box's kid. That's what I want to see. I want to see
for where?
He's
Central.
he's on the Central roster.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see if he's making this play right here.
We're coming right into San Angelo Stadium next. Here it goes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so
back it up just a little bit. Yeah.
All right, let's back it up just a touch more.
So this is the play before, so it's just a little dump out here, and it's going to go to the left.
So we're back. So we saw him get down and dirty down in the goal line here. So it looks like they're moving the football here, being patient with this ball.
Definitely so. Last time it was a handoff right up the gut. So what do you think, Manny? Same thing?
Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, or perhaps maybe send Tyler Hill on the edge.
Well, we're going to find out right here. It looks like he's going to audible out. Kevin Crane, call player.
Yeah, Kevin Crane
still
is, in fact, although he is the head coach, he is still calling the plays. He was a one-time offensive coordinator, and that is a Tyler Hill touchdown.
That's exactly what you said, Manny. You said, or they could just pull it with Tyler Hill, and that's exactly what
just
happened.
Call me Nostradamus. That's what we do around here.
Looks like they're pumped up.
Yeah.
What a play.
They're not asleep.
What a play for Central.
Yes, indeed. Let's run it back one more time. Let's see Tyler Hill get in the touchdown, get in the end zone there. Yeah, I mean this is nothing much here. The Bobcats just what is that? Twins set up on the side.
Yeah, you got the doubles up at the top, and so like we said right there, you think Kevin Crane's calling that audible right there, or do you think Tyler Hill knows that he needed to do that?
That looks like he may be calling something at the line of scrimmage with that. Of course, just reads it. And he goes.
Right up the middle.
Why not?
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So what does that make it, Trammell?
Well, if we check at SanJoelLive.com/scores, brought to you by Deerski and Deerski, that would make it, I believe, 14-7.
14-7 San Angelo?
Yes.
Hey, right on. We'll take it. All right. Let's.
And before we go on further, we're going all night long. This is our Texas high school football show. It's called Live COVER1. I am Joe Hyde. This is Manny Diaz. At the Trammell desk is Matt Trammell. And we got Tony at the control booth. We're putting it all together. We have stringers all over the Little Southwest Conference. We got video coming in from Midland Legacy.
No, we got it coming in from
High.
Odessa. Midland High. And of course our San Angelo Central Bobcats.
Hey Manny, I actually lied to you.
Yep.
I actually lied to you. It's not 14-7. Central actually got the 2-point conversion, so it's 15-7 with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second quarter.
That will work.
Yeah.
That will work.
I might have been wrong about this one.
And Shoemaker, we always have a hard time with Shoemaker.
Well,
every
usually
year.
they put up 60 on us.
Yeah, they put up 60 last year.
Well, if I was a bet man and I set the line, I would have set this one very high, so glad I don't do that anymore.
And the key to beating Shoemaker is not to come out sleepy the first quarter.
No, you got to be willing, and you got to be willing to go up and hit somebody. You got to be willing to go make the tackle.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
Colleen Shoemaker.
All right, hey Tony, we do have some updates in here. We do have one with looks like if we go from Eric, it is a long pass is good. It's Sterling City.
Oh yeah, that's a great one right there. We talk about a little six-man action. If anybody from the Concho Valley or even really West Texas is gonna win the state championship, it's probably gonna be a six-man team. So we gotta stay watching these Sterling City, Garden City rivalries.
But they go so fast. By the time we get the videos.
All right, so we have Sterling City here with the rock and looking to throw.
Look at that. That's a six-man player with a
toss me one, son.
Get you some.
Yeah,
dude, they're on the 30.
Run it back, Tony.
They're on the 30, dude. That's a bomb
for the six-man kids. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean Tyler Hill would, maybe have trouble making that one. That one's
wow. Look at that. So right
Sterling
now
City, they got a cannon. Hey, Manny, I'm not trying to just say I'm a loser or anything, but I might have picked that one wrong too. I think I don't hire me for my picks.
Yeah. So right now, as we speak, it is 20-8 there in Garden City. Sterling City leading in that one there.
Talk about customer service. Nuke's just texted me. How was your sandwich?
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
It was
fantastic. Absolutely incredible. And we knew that
it was.
And they sent us tea too.
You know what's the best part about their sandwich was not only was it just like really good quality meats and cheese and stuff, but the bread was not just sandwich bread. It was a croissant.
A croissant.
And croissants, man.
Trammell can say croissant.
Yeah.
Croissant.
Yeah. Definitely.
Anyway, we're going to get to the scores in a little bit. We're trying to efforting to get the scores page up.
If anyone can run these scores, Matt Trammell can rattle off some scores.
But we need to get the scores onto the live stream.
I already got it. I've already hooked.
Are you ready to go?
Up. Yeah.
Your computer does live stream?
Hey, real quick. How about let's get to one more highlight here. Actually, two more. In fact, if you go to Big Catch with from Ballinger, and we have some big things going on there. And right now, because it was 7-0, Jim Ned
at Ballinger
in Ballinger in Runnels County. So we actually have two big plays that we're gonna come up and show you here. Hey, this is COVER1 live here on SanAngeloLive.com. I'm Manny Diaz, joined by Joe Hyde, and of course Matt Trammell over there at the Trammell desk.
This is probably the best place to watch high school football.
Yeah,
because we're not just one game; we're all the games.
We're all the games here. All right, so look at Ballinger. They love that spread offense. Look at that go! Woo! Boy, howdy! Chuck Lipsy, easy, my man. Chuck Lipsy, the head coach there, dialing one up.
What a bomb. Dude, they're slinging the rock early.
Dropping bombs tonight.
Look at that. He got burned on that one. So
big catch there.
Be on the watch out. This could happen again because if it's happening this early,
yes.
He just ran right past everybody.
We'll see what happnes in
Fake
there.
Ball.
we'll see what happens to the rest of this drive there. Tony, come back to the desk.
And, of course, our updates from the Core 27 outside in the Concho Valley and beyond are brought to you by Addresses Real Estate, Berkshire Hathaway Addresses.
No.
No. We had the wrong.
That one is WW AFCO Steel, our Core 27.
Berkshire Hathaway is the central.
Yes, we'll get to them here in a few moments. Tony, go down to the last highlight there with Eastland and Wall. And we're going to go back to the east end of Tom Green County tonight, and it looks like we were at a stalemate of sorts there with the Eastland Mavericks and the Wall Hawks. But that is no more because Eastland is on the scoreboard. Tony, hit the play button there. Eastland, going to take the rock here. And what do you say? How about a 25-yard touchdown?
Oh, man.
Corner of the end zone.
Manny, that's probably one of the things that Wall, they got to get used to early in the season is, because not a lot in practice are you seeing somebody who can throw the ball like this. So they'll learn.
I tell you, this is probably the youngest Houston guy team that he's ever had there in Wall.
Hey.
Right now, Eastland is leading Wall at the break 14-6. So there we are.
We got one more highlight, fumble by the Mojo. We got to see the fumble.
Well, hey, we got two highlights here. Tony, let's just keep on going down the list before we get a score update from the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard. We'll go back to Garden City. Hopefully we can effort something back from Ballinger because we saw the Bearcats air it out deep. Here, looks like Garden City is going to get on the scoreboard, Tony. Man. Look at that. Garden City saying, we ain't scared. They might be the state champs. But here we come. Touchdown Bearcats. That is going to make it 20-16 Sterling City. Garden City not going away quietly into the West Texas Knights.
This ain't going to be 45-0.
No, sir.
We're going to ball out until
no, sir. Yeah.
Remember last year wasn't there one of their scores like 98-97 or something
right,
like that? So
right.
Be ready. It's not impossible.
All right, we have two more highlights here. They just keep on coming, folks. This is the way this show rolls. We're going to go back out to Ratliff Stadium between Odessa Permian and El Paso Pebble Hills. I believe Permian was leading as last we saw in this one here, and as Tony is gearing that one up there for us. And we'll get back to that one here in just a few moments here as we'll go back to Ratliff Stadium. Let's see if we can get back to that. Tony, let's see. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this right here. It was a Mojo fumble. Permian gave it up, coughed it up on their end of the field. El Paso, Pebble Hills. Got it down, working in some great field position into the Permian 25-yard line. So we'll see how that one develops here.
And we got a lot of people watching us on YouTube tonight. Probably more people on YouTube than on
the face crack.
Yeah, that's amazing how many people are on YouTube. I mean, it's coming to its own,
All righty. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Let's go back to Grande Communications Stadium in Midland and tell you this is we're kind of making our rounds to the Little Southwest Conference. Tony, let's cue this one up here. Midland with the rock deep in the heart of El Paso Montwood territory. And looks like Midland, they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're the stepchild of Midland because they got Midland legacy, but I tell you, this is a good little football team here. And showing us tonight, look at this. How about a sweep on the end? Did he get in? No, not quite. They're going to call him in? Looks like something there. All right. We'll get an update. Well, let's see. Let's stick with this here. Maybe this play here. And that is a touchdown there for the Dogs.
And, of course, brought to you by W&W AFCO Steel.
Yes. Well, no. Our Core 27 is brought...
Manny, you have these things like all
No. We see our rotating banners. So it's like an NBA game, where you see the banners at midcourt.
The benches.
The benches, like yes. So we have our rotating banners
and
here tonight.
You're making me look stupid. Anyway, we appreciate all the sponsors, especially these that are helping us bring these highlights from all these stadiums all over the place.
Yes, indeed.
Are we ready to look at the scores? Because I think people are kind of need to get their grounding and footing about where we are.
Man, yeah. Let's. I mean, I know we want to. I know Trammell wants to queue up to one more highlight from the San Angelo Central game.
Gotcha.
Before
halftime.
Last.
And going into the half, the latest from our score from
And
San
I think
Angelo's, it's 15-14 Central. Central's winning 15-14.
Okay, so we're going to go and bring you this highlight presented by Berkshire and Hathaway. They are following the Bobcats, making sure the Bobcats are covered this season. Trammell, take us away.
So, Manny, this is one of the things that we were worried about. I told you one of the players to watch was the defense, and this is why the athleticism for Killeen. They can make you miss and make you pay, Manny. That's a 50-yard touchdown. But don't worry, it is halftime, and Central's up 15-14.
Okay, well, we'll
15-14.
take it. We'll take it.
So
It's
huge
gonna
play,
be
though.
It's going to be an exciting second half, so you got to stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned because we're going to have a whole lot more highlights from that one.
All right, so Tony, let's take a quick break. Let's do a score break. I think Trammell wants to enlighten us on the scores, if we will.
I'm going to see how this goes.
Hey, also, Manny, if you want to get in touch with Chadwick, I think he might want to call in or something.
Okay, we'll see where Chadwick is on that.
If I need to call him in and use my mic, I will gladly.
Just refresh it.
refresh and then put on preview, and we'll just run it, and I'll ramble.
Hit the arrow button.
You got to keep up with me because I'll go fast. All right, so we started Midland, El Paso, Montwood. We actually have highlights from this game. So Midland right now, it's 21-13 as things are nearing halftime, or if not halftime already. So Garden City, Sterling City. We saw this play. Sterling City is up 20-16, but we saw Garden City hit that long touchdown. Eastland at Wall. Wall's losing this one early, 14-6, but there's still a lot of time, halftime. De Leon in Dublin, no update from them yet. San Angelo Central, Killeen Shoemaker, that one needs to be updated, but right now it's halftime, and it is 15-14. San Angelo Central is winning.
All righty.
Comanche Mason. Mason's actually up 6-0. That's in the first quarter, so stay tuned for some updates on that one. Jim Ned at Ballinger. Right now it says 14-0, but we may have. Was there an update to that, Manny?
We have not seen anything quite yet, so we'll kind of stick with that one.
Yeah, so stay on that one. Johnson City, Florence, we're going to have to get an update there. Comfort, Bracketville, St. Andrews, Center Point, Christoval at Wink. Christoval's up 8-0, man.
Yep, south end of Tom Green County. I love it. I love it. The hometown Cougs.
That's
my
right.
hometown.
We'll keep going with Menard Cross Plains. No update yet. Motley County, Westbrook. Those boys in Matador, 46-30.
Man, that was a fist fight there.
Right. So that one must have been last night. That one's final.
Fussing, fighting with you is
nothing in Grady Roscoe yet. Nothing in Brunt yet. Robert Lee, nothing. Erie County, Buena Vista.
Ooh,
oh my gosh,
that looks like a basketball score.
Were they playing basketball?
Yeah.
84-73.
Yeah, that's a little six-man action.
Six-man action. Second year for Erie County. Third year. Second year. I'm not sure. One of the two. So Paint Rock at Lawn. Paint Rock, hey, look at them. They've already won in their very first game of the season, 6-0. But there's still plenty of ball game left in that one. Richland Springs 22, Haltom nothing. Grape Creek, the Creek 8-6. They got their 2-point conversion to keep their lead. Medina nothing yet there, nothing yet there. Odessa Permian.
Actually, I do have an update on that one. El Paso Pebble Hills. We saw that fumble that Mojo coughed up. Well, El Paso Pebble Hills, they turned that into points. We'll get you an update here momentarily. Pebble Hills leading the Permian Panthers 9-7.
Man.
I imagine the Permian fans are just like meltdown.
What are
right
we doing?
Now. Yeah.
What are we doing? So, yep. Next one, Coleman at Miles. Bad day to be a Bulldog as Coleman's up 21-0. Colorado City's down 3-0 against Albany, and you know what's weird? Colorado City, they had to cancel school, but it looks like they're still playing some football.
Yep. There we go. Albany, a pretty good football team too.
Yep. Fort Stockton, my previous coach, Coach Norman out there, down by 1, 7-6 against El Paso Bowie. Big Springs, they're getting a win early too. They're going to try to copy Lakeview and get one early as they're winning 7-0 right now. Amarillo Tascosa, Abilene Eagles.
Man, that's a good football game there.
Yeah, 7-0.
Tascosa, that's they're a formidable opponent. I'll tell you that one there. I don't think anybody gives the Rebels much credit there.
Oh yeah, Lee, the Legacy, the Rebels.
The artist formerly known as Midland Lee.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting their first one here, 7-0 against Amarillo.
And
what do they call the Washington Redskins after they changed their name?
No. It's just the Washington football team. It's the Midland.
So it's the Midland football team.
There you go.
Yeah, Midland football
There we
team.
go. Yes, Midland Legacy 7-0. Tony, keep us going here. All right, so
We might be at the end of the line.
Here we go. Lubbock. This one's last night. Lubbock Monterey. They beat a little Southwest Conference foe, Odessa High, 32-27. But good to note, Lubbock Monterey was up 20-0 in the first quarter. So, guys, just remember that was from Deersky and Deersky Realtors. If you're looking to buy a house or anything like that, rent one, you know where to go. Deersky and Deersky Realtors.
They are bringing our scoreboard.
Yes. Deersky and Deersky Scoreboard. All right,
Also,
let's
WW
get
Nafco Steel. If you don't want to buy a house from Deersky, build one with some steel from WW Nafco Steel.
No, we're
Trammell.
gonna lose all our sponsors.
All right, Tony, let's go back up to the Jacoby Swearington highlight here with Odessa Permian and the Spartans of El Paso Pebble Hills. It should be the third from the bottom, the third highlight from the bottom, as we see there. As the Spartans go up, they take the go-ahead. This is the go-ahead lead for El Paso Pebble Hills in this one here. And let's take the tape there. Well, that is just looks like the extra point there. But I tell you what, it is 9-7 now. El Paso Pebble Hills leading Odessa Permian. All right, we do have another one to go to there back in Midland. Here we go. Another Midland touchdown. And this is going to be Jacob here. Skibble. Yep. 27-13 Dogs leading that one. That's a junior slot receiver there. Good touchdown there from Midland as they lead El Paso Montwood. San Angelo Central will see these guys next week there in El Paso Montwood. All right, Tony, we have another highlight below that one there. It is Sterling City, Garden City. The hits just keep on coming there.
More six-man.
Yeah, more six-man football. In fact, this is our six-man game of the night because Sterling City, defending state champs. I mean, I think we're probably going to have them on.
It's the Battle of State Highway 158. Sterling City, Garden City.
Sterling City, Garden
Now,
City.
I want to know why they named one Sterling, one Garden.
I have no idea.
Have you ever thought about
That's
that?
a great.
Because the first one was founded was Garden City.
You think?
So no.
Well, here we go. Sterling City strikes again. Yeah, that makes it 28-16 with about 4 seconds left there in the first there. So 28-16, Sterling City leading. And if we keep on going down, we get one more here.
Man, dude, talk about the speed from that six-man team. I
Yes,
mean,
it
we're
has
talking
been-
about untouchables at all times.
All right, so it looks like we have El Paso Montwood with the rock. They are down 27-13 to Midland High. And
Midland High's winning there?
yeah, Midland High is up.
Wow. Look, he's saying, throw it to me. He threw it to
In
me.
your grill? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, that's one of my favorite parts of when you have the boots on the ground and those guys are right there, right by your camera.
Absolutely.
Gotta love it.
Let's
Shout
go
out
back
to
to
those
the
guys.
desk here, Tony. And I will say this. We do have a highlight in the email from Isaiah. It is a Lakeview highlight.
And just to give people kind of a timeline of what's happening right now, a lot of these games are going into their halftime, and so we're catching up.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to the scores right before the third quarter
Speaking
starts.
of our scores, I just got an update from our scores team.
Yeah.
So there's a very reliable place where a lot of people go to get their scores. It's an app on the phone. We're not really going to talk about that. But that app is currently down. It's down, and it does
been
not,
hacked.
It's not working.
Well, we
So
don't know it's been
people are running to try to get scores, and one of the best places you can get them, and the only place you can get them right now, is SanAngeloLive.com.
because we don't rely on
/scores.
apps.
No,
We have our own app.
we got boots on the ground. We're scrambling through the internet. We do all the work, so you don't have to. So visit the Deersky and Deersky Scoreboard at SanAngeloLive.com /scores.
Hey, Tristan Franklin's up there saying something's terrible.
All right, so we have here Lakeview, La Mesa. They score a big interception here as they head into the half with a big, or not with a big lead, 14-12 lead. Let's run that back one more time, Tony. Let's take a look at this one here as this one played out. Oh, Oski. Lakeview getting the rock here.
That the Chiefs?
Yep.
Take off. 7-4, that's a big boy.
Mesa was driving. Lakeview says, I don't think so, Tim.
All right, so they got 41 seconds left, Manny. Do you think they can get in the end zone?
Well, let's see. I mean, 41 seconds, that's still a ton of time when you're running the spread offense. So, heck, why not? And certainly if you're securing a little bit of momentum with that INT there. All right, let's see.
Manny, we don't really have I don't think we're going to have the video of this, but an update from Ballinger. Jim Ned is now taking a 21-0 lead after a 70-yard run.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's
tough.
I would have liked to see what happened in that drive when there was that Ballinger.
I'm just going to say, I told you that Jim Ned was the growing population, the metropolis of Jim Ned, and they were going to beat everybody this year. Hey, I don't know if we ought to say this on the air, but Chadwick wants to know if he wants to come on. He'd talk about the first half of the Central game.
Well, hey, before we do that, I do have Tony. If you scroll into go to Trammell real quick. Trammell, give us an update on that San Angelo Central game before we kind of go to.
Okay, yeah, I can give y'all a wrap up for y'all that don't know what's been going on. So first, Killeen scored, but don't worry, Central they were able to drive down the field and hit a little 1-yard run right up the gut. Killeen did score again, but don't worry, Central, we prevailed again. We scored, and actually we took the lead. That made it 14-7. But as the half was ending, Central did give up a big play for about 50 yards, and but don't worry, they're still up 15-14.
Yep,
15-14.
Hey, let's go out to the Dallas Metroplex, California, Mater Dei versus Duncanville, the number 1 team in the country, Mater Dei here, and look at this, Raleek Brown. Running back, he's going to be rumbling for a 76-yard touchdown.
Ooh, man.
And right now, with this highlight here, it made it 14-3 Mater Dei.
Man, that's the number one team in the country.
That's the number 1 team in the nation right now.
Yeah.
Tony, we do have another highlight from that game. In fact, if you just go right next, there we go. Pull that one up there. And here we go. Mater Dei.
Oh my gosh, dude. He threw that? Dude.
Well, the Duncanville quarterback just reaching back. Let's replay. Let's take a look at it one more time.
Dude, he launches this.
I mean, this QB1, you can hear that. Boom. I tell you, that Mater Dei defense coming down hard as they lead 14-3. That's the last we checked in. It was about 3:54 left in the first quarter. Big matchup between Texas and California tonight going down in the D-ville
Manny,
Metroplex.
What other news or any other kind of organization can you find highlights from Sterling City, Wall, and the Metroplex?
Duncanville. I mean,
against the number 1 team in the nation.
And don't forget.
The number 1 team in the nation.
Don't forget the football team in Midland.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Midland's legacy team.
The football team.
The Midland football team.
Yeah. The Midland football team.
We aren't getting highlights from them this week, but they will be on the COVER1 agenda. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
That's Manny's favorite.
Without question. I mean, no. They're right behind. They're right behind the San Angelo Central Bobcats, of course.
Manny, you're
I love my orange.
You're pandering.
You're saying behind them? So where does the Cougs land?
Yeah, the
oh, Manny, we're tying you up.
What you trying to do to me right now, man?
We're calling you out, man.
I'm going to stay out of that one there.
Hey, I can say it. I love the Lobos.
Tony, if you go up,
is that the land?
Back into the group
text.
The
land. Yeah. All
right. We do have a Garden City, Sterling City highlight. It is one where you see the SC is up.
Also, it looks like Central's not taking the field yet, but it looks like they've came out of the locker room, so about to see some second half football.
We might miss
this one's been exciting.
If we miss Chadwick for halftime, we'll get him
on. I can put him on.
You put him on? All right.
It is SC 22-28 SC up. So right now we're about to have an update coming up from Garden City with Garden City and Sterling City, and here we go. Hey, Garden City reaching in, and tell you what, that made it 28-22 Sterling City. Garden City, the Bearcats not going away quietly. Look at that.
Oh,
the kid
man.
just bumping kids off.
Yeah.
Taking them for a ride. Saddle up, partner.
Dude, that's right there. When you see that guy runs that slant, you got to lay the wood on him. He tried. He gave everything he had of his 120 pounds. But, hit the weight room because you're going to have to lay some wood on somebody.
Get in the weight room, son.
Boom. Like right there, light him up.
Latest update we have, it's 21-0 with 8:14 left in the half. Jim Ned winning over Ballinger.
Man, that was that had a big game written all over it just because Ballinger has the potential to kind of go put Jim Ned on upset mode.
Will they see each other again?
No, I mean, so Jim Ned is Class 3A Division 1, Ballinger's Class 3A Division 2, so this is kind of the only meeting of the season, but it was a good one last year.
It really set Ballinger up for a good season last year too. And they won the district last year. So
yeah,
and we have Chadwick ready from San Angelo Stadium to talk about the Central game.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go back to Trammell, and I'll assist. We can get him on a Zoom call here.
Yeah, so here we can. What do we want to ramble about now? Wall. We can talk about Wall right now. Man, no one knows what's going to happen this year with Wall. They're a young team, but of course, they got the most experienced coach around here. They got Houston Guy. So of course, they're really young and they're not the biggest team that they've had. So who knows what's going to happen? Right now they're losing, so hopefully they can turn things around.
How much are they losing by, Trammell?
I think last time I checked, it was 14-6.
That's not losing, Trammell. They're behind.
Well, that would
behind, just behind.
All right, yeah. So that's probably true.
You're going to raise all the blood pressure out there in Wall, Texas.
Oh no, nothing too bad. So, and especially for Wall. But the thing is with Wall, you can't get down early because they use so much clock to run their offense. So it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Well, we're working getting Chadwick on here. We got the Zoom meeting started. We had to Zoom him in from San Angelo Stadium.
Man, Zoom. What a great way.
Zoom in.
So, yeah. Another good game that we've been watching is Lakeview. What the heck, man?
Lakeview's winning.
I know. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Lakeview's winning. All right, back to the desk. Manny Diaz, Joe Hyde. This is the San Angelo Live COVER1 show every Friday night during football season for the next 4 months. We're going to be here for like three and a half. Sometimes even 4 hours. It really depends. We'll be here until pretty much the last game and the scores we got in. You can reach us anywhere in the world by going to sanangelolive.com/scores. That's sanangelolive.com/scores. Or you can look at us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and pretty soon we're going to be on Rumble because YouTube keeps knocking down our videos because we talk about football and they think that's insurrection. So,
alrighty.
Anyway.
Hey, speaking of good times, speaking of football, let's speak to Ryan Good Times Chadwick. He's bringing our update from San Angelo Stadium. Tony, let's bring in Chadwick here into the broadcast. Chadwick, what do you got for us, my man?
What's going on, Manny?
Hey, so early impressions of the Bobcats so far.
Defense looks great. They're playing good. They're making good stops. Like, if not for one special teams error and one missed tackle, the Bobcats wouldn't have allowed a single point. So defense looks good. The offense needs to produce inside the red zone a little bit better. But, I am not disappointed in what I'm seeing from the Bobcats at all so far.
Hey, so we're seeing Tyler Hill take the snaps. He was hurt last year but he was hurt last week because of an injured hand. What do you think about him so far in his performance early on?
His arm looks strong. He looks accurate. He looks like he's having a good time. And I kind of called this last week, Manny, but I told you he'd be under center this week, and that's what it looks like it's happening.
Yeah,
he's playing great.
Matt Trammell was thinking otherwise.
Hey, yeah. I don't know if I was thinking otherwise, but I just want to let you know, Chadwick, I did pick Colleen to win this game. So the reason why was that quarterback. What is Central doing to make sure that that guy isn't just tearing him up?
They're playing great containment right now. They're playing incredibly disciplined with their gaps right now, like on the defensive front especially. The linebackers are just finding the ball and shooting down inside those gaps and putting the quarterback on his back. The only times that the Shoemaker's had any kind of offensive success at all is when they've lost containment. Again, one was a missed tackle with 40 seconds left in the first half. Is a little bit unfortunate. But and then that first touchdown was a special teams issue. So like the Bobcats are completely shutting the Shoemaker offense down right now. There's nothing really much more to be said other than that. Like they've gotten 2 takeaways. They've forced 2 punts already. Like they're playing great.
Okay, so we're talking about the offense. From our end, we've only seen about 2 plays, which were about a yard each, or those 2 touchdown plays that were in the red zone down there. Give us a taste of what are they doing out there? Are they chunking the ball around, a lot of read options, running the ball straight up? What has been their game plan on offense so far?
For the most part, the Bobcats are throwing the ball to get inside the 5, and then that's when they're running into a bit of a struggle trying to get that last 3 or 4 yards into the end zone. So Tyler Hill is connecting with Jaden Gibson, Jacob English. There's been a couple of passes to Navarrete. Caden Box has a catch. Like they're throwing it all over the place.
Did you say Box?
Hill has
Box.
over.
Continue on, Chadwick.
Oh, sorry. Hill has over 100 yards passing right now, so like he's throwing the ball all over the place. We've seen a couple good runs from Darius and Darius Floyd and Navarrete, but for the most part, the runs are being shut down on the inside.
Man. All right, Chadwick, what do you think it's going to take for the Bobcats to hold on for this win and get their first dub against Colleen Shoemaker for the first time in 3 years?
They need to play disciplined football. They have to wrap up. They have to complete those tackles. They have to keep outside containment. It's just mental. It's all mental, Manny. If they just do their jobs, they'll be fine. I say they need one more takeaway as well. So they just need to keep doing what they're doing on offense and just fix the only 2 sloppy mistakes they have on defense, and they're fine.
All righty. Ryan Chadwick, thank you, sir. We will see you after the game. Good luck, my man.
All right. Thanks, Manny.
Later.
Man, isn't that cool that we can get a guy giving us live analysis of a game from the field?
In fact,
we're
the only one. In fact, I think if you look at any broadcast in Texas, we're the only ones that are doing what we're doing right now.
We're blazing new trails,
burning through highlights, bringing you in-game analysis of this thing,
and scores,
and giving you live scores.
And no one else has a match right now.
And if you're curious about what the scores are, and we haven't gone to the scores yet. We'll try to go back to the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard in a second. But you can go to sanangelolive.com/scores, or go to the main homepage and click on the top story. It'll take you right to the scores, and you can see the scores from across the region.
Right.
So.
And right now, another little Southwest Conference score. We do have Midland High leading El Paso Montwood 28-24. They're at Grande Communication Stadium in Midland. So
what
the
a
Dogs
shootout.
Putting up a fight and leading the Rams there at Montwood.
That's not what we saw a lot last year, man. Those last 2 teams of the little Southwest Conference, Odessa and Midland. Let's just flat out say it. They're kind of sorry. They didn't really win many games. They
weren't as good.
And segueing from 6A down to 1A, the 6-man, the battle of State Highway 158. We got a score update.
In fact, Tony, let's go back to the messages, because there is a new update from Garden City tonight. And the Bearcats taking their first lead of the ball game, leading the state champs. And look at this one here. We're going to run it back because Garden City just taking the lead with about 3 minutes to go in the half. And look at here. Just getting behind the blocks. They're running behind you.
You don't see a lot in 6-man, but let's just run it in for a touchdown.
Rumbling their way. 30-28, Garden City leading the defending state champs of Sterling City. 3 minutes left in the first half.
And, of course, we're calling that tonight the Battle of State Highway 158.
State Highway 51, yes, sir. 158, I'm sorry. So that's how they got there. Look at that, Garden City airing it out. This is what set up that touchdown, folks. We're getting these highlights in as they happen. Boots on the ground there in Garden City. Eric Andrade here hooking us up there from Garden City. We do have an update from Ballinger, Jim Ned, and the Ballinger Bearcats.
It's not close anymore.
This one, gosh, it looks like the Tribe may be pulling away in this.
And they're still in the first half.
Yeah, still in the first half. If we're playing the sticks, we're playing Madden. We're turning it off.
Let's go.
You're going to turn it off if you're playing Ballinger. You play Ballinger versus Jim Ned on Madden.
You could, if it was, you'd turn it off. 28-0 right now, guys. So the Indians.
All right,
they're putting it on them.
Let's see what we got here. Jim Ned with the rock.
Fakes the handoff. He rolls out right, and he finds his man in the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, and that's going to make it 28-0. Jim Ned is smoking Ballinger. What the heck is a Bearcat anyway?
It's a cat and a bear.
Yeah, and guess what? Indians hunted them both.
Bears and cats.
Bears and cats.
There we are. 28-0 with about 3:53 left.
Get after you for saying that.
It's all right.
Hunting bears and cats.
Oh, boy. All right. Hey,
by the way, I want to know, did we put Nevada community into the scores?
I don't think.
I mean, we're supposed to cover
Joe,
some DFW stuff.
Okay, hold on. Let me back up. That last highlight presented by WW Avco Steel, covering the Core 27 of the Concho Valley. Hey, if you want to get in on the sponsorship of the Cover One here,
we
on
need
San
a
Angelo
Nevada
Live,
community coverage sponsor.
Hey, hit us up, Manny at San Angelo Live. Joe Hyde just going off the rails tonight.
Off the rails because I've been here.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on this bar stool for like an hour,
yes,
and we haven't really gotten into the good stuff
we
yet.
do have some other highlights, Tony. If you go
Eastland
fumbling. 1 second. If you go to the 214 number there in the messages, let's go back. We'll go back to the Metroplex between Modern Day and Duncanville. Number one, we'll go to the second to the last. We'll go in order. So this is the number one team in the country. This is what they look like. California Modern Day. They've produced guys like Matt Leinart. Have you heard of him? He's number one. I believe he was a top 5 draft choice at one point. USC Trojan, Arizona Cardinal. That's the kind of products they're producing. Let's run it back. Modern Day field goal that made it 17-3. But then, wait, there's more. Duncanville with the ball. If we go down one more here, look at this. A sack, turnover on downs with about 5:21 left in the second quarter. Modern Day leading Duncanville 17-3. My goodness. The California kids, they didn't come all this way to come all this way.
Well,
That's for sure.
Duncanville, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. They need to be playing teams like this so that way they can keep their run to state championships.
I tell you, a team like South Lake Carroll kind of gave them a little dose of humble pie, maybe a slice of humble pie last year in the state semifinal.
But Manny, what's the deal with California teams playing Texas teams?
Well, so Modern Day, I believe they're a prep school, so they're a private school. They're
a bunch of rich kids.
Yeah, I mean,
no, honestly, a lot of them just get scholarships to go there.
They get scholarships.
Really?
That's how they get scholarships to go there.
So, wink, wink.
Yeah,
a scholarship. Here's a house.
Here's
a house.
Modern Day, man, they produce some really good athletes. In fact, I imagine if we Google California, Trammell, why don't you Google real quick California Modern Day? I know Matt Leinart.
Modern Day?
Modern, Mater, Day, DEI.
Like Mater?
Mater.
Like on cars?
Gosh.
I go to Mater Day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mater Day.
That's that Dove Creek is showing in you, Joe.
Dove Creek. Been drinking too much water from out in the county. Yeah. So.
All right. So yeah, man, there's some good football going down in the Metroplex tonight.
So here we go at Modern Day in Santa Ana, California. The Alumni Pro Stats. We had Matt Barkley, right, QB. Ricky Ortiz, he's a fullback. Thomas Duarte, wide receiver. Khalid Holmes, Matt Leinart. Oh, I know Matt Leinart. There you go. There's another one. He's a Houston Texan right there. David Gibson, Chris Jackson, Nicky Sola, Larry Williams, John Hart, and that's just to name a few of them.
Wow. So that's Matt Barkley, Matt Leinart, two guys that we know quite a bit about.
Dude, and they're great guys. Great first names.
Great guys.
But they all came from Modern Day?
Yeah.
All right. So
Mater Day.
Let's check in on the east end of Tom Green County. The Wall Hawks, they are driving. Look at that. That's a touchdown run.
Just to give a little context, Wall kicked the football off, and they got it back on the kickoff after Eastland fumbled. So they were able to pick it up and take it a little bit down there and then break one free. So that's going to get this game a little closer. Remember, Wall was down at halftime.
Yeah, so 2-point conversion good. It is all knotted up at 14. Wall giving Eastland a ball game right now. So we'll
and going into the half with some momentum.
Well, actually, this is the start of the third quarter.
Coming out of the half with some momentum.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I can't keep up with all the times, but yeah, I guess we can assume.
Well,
that
when you cover 8-10 games at
10
one time.
games, yeah, sometimes you make mistakes,
There you go.
but not me. I'm perfect.
right, right. Thank you, Joe Hyde.
Anytime.
Anytime,
Anytime, baby.
anytime.
But I'm just amazed at the amount of content that is flowing through our little system here. We set up a pretty good little system. We're going through highlights as fast as we can. This is the live COVER1 football show every Friday night. Manny Diaz and myself and Matt Trammell will be here bringing you highlights from across the Little Southwest Conference as well as the state of Texas and tonight, California, because we have Mater Day.
Mater Day.
Mater Day.
Okay.
It's Mater Day. Don't you see cars? It's Mater Day. Playing, who are they playing? Not South Lake Carroll. They're playing Carrollton. Duncanville. The D-ville. Yes.
Panthers.
You know,
Manny, do you think, here's a question. Do you think Galena Park North Shore could beat this Mater Day team?
I think the Texas high school football nerds right here.
Manny Diaz.
What are they tweeting about?
I think we wanted to see Galena Park North Shore Mater Day more than anything.
But we got the D-ville.
But we got D-ville. Or I think more importantly, I would have liked to have seen an Austin Westlake defending Class 6A Division I state champion
When Mater Day.
take on a team like Mater Day or perhaps the IMG Academy out of Florida, which is regarded to being probably one of the best teams in America. So, but for now, we'll see what Duncanville has, in the rest of this game.
Since we're starting the third quarter, when we start, let's head on to the scores.
Yep.
We ready for scores?
Let's do it.
All right.
Deersky and Deersky presents the scoreboard, not this week, but this whole season, guys.
All
That's
season.
right, Deersky and Deersky. Water Valley, whoa, man, did they put it on Robert Lee. 60-0 in their opening game. Man, the Steers, they took a big loss on that one. Okay, Eastland and Wall, we tied up. We already saw that. Remember, he dropped the kickoff. Wall was able to go in there and score, so 14-14, third quarter. Ballinger, Jim Ned. Jim Ned's putting it on 28-0, and they're pretty much going to run away with this one, and it ain't even halftime yet. Bront, Rotan, not going yet. Odessa, Permian, Pebble Hills. Manny, do we have a bigger update than 9-2 on that one?
That one, I believe, I'm not sure. That one, we don't have one just yet. I believe Pebble Hills is taking the lead, though.
And we're playing Pebble Hills. Are we playing Pebble?
No, we're not playing El Paso Montwood.
So Garden City, Sterling City. Right now, it's halftime. It is 30-28.
The battle.
Sterling
of State
City
Highway
looked like they were
158.
gonna score at the end of it with about 36 seconds left, but they did not get it done. So Garden City 30, Sterling City 28. What'd you call that, Joe? The battle of
State Highway 158.
State Highway 158. That's the battle of it. Okay, Ozona, Sonora. Oh, man, the Broncos not looking good yet so far. So 7-0, but it is still early. We'll get you an update there pretty soon. Menard, Cross Plains, still no update. Breckenridge, Jacksboro, the Roos up there, 27-13, halftime. So Cisco's beating Clyde 28-0. That looks like it's about to be halftime. Early's beating Bangs 27-6. Nothing yet from Rock Springs. Lubbock Cooper, man, they're up big against Andrews, 13-0. That one was supposed to be a shootout. Christoval at Wink, halftime. We might get a little update from this one, but as of right now, it is 8-0 Christoval Cougars.
Yeah, Wink is also ranked top 10 in the state of Texas in Class 2A right now, so good stuff.
Perfect. So Midland High, 28. El Paso Montwood, 21 at halftime. Nothing yet from Lubbock Coronado. Nothing yet from Midland Legacy either. Mason, last time we checked, it was 6-0. Now it is 14-0 as they're beating Comanche. Dublin 21, DeLone 0. Get you some Dublin Dr. Pepper after the win on that one. Crawford 14, Goldthwaite nothing. Coleman at Miles. Coleman continues to score, running it up 24-0 in the second quarter. San Angelo Central 15, Clean Shoemaker 14, and just a little heads up that Central is knocking on the end zone, so we might get an update from that one very quickly. Stay tuned. Nothing yet from Johnson City or Comfort. Nothing yet from Center Point. Montley County, them boys from Matador, they put it on Westbrook 46-30.
Who's the Motley County? What are they? The Indians?
The Matadors.
Man,
that's
Manny knows
in
them all.
Matador. Are they the
Knows them
Matadors,
all.
though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Motley County. is
Matador
Matador.
County.
That's my old hunting land was. Matador, Texas.
Yeah, Matador.
Bob's
Motley County from
Oil-
Matador. Yeah.
Bob's Oil Well.
You take some of your maters from California with you hunting?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so going to the next one, Erie County, Buena Vista basketball scoring here, 84 to Erie County as they lost their very first game of the 2021 season. Keeping it going here, we're going to run through a couple of them. Paint Rocket Lawn, last time we checked it was 6-0. Still no update there, but one will be coming pretty quick. 22-0 as Richland Springs is beating Haltom. Remember, Richland Springs had a pretty good year last year. Grape Creek and Stanton. Grape Creek's up right now. The Creek, 8-6.
Eagles, baby.
Nothing yet in Medina or Stephenville or Mullen. Colorado City, they are down 3-0 against Albany. Bowie at Fort Stockton, no update there yet, but last time we checked, it was 7-6.
All right. Well, I think that's wrapping things up on the scoreboard there.
I'm in with that. If you want to check out some more of it, it's on sanangelolive.com/scores. Remember, this is brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors.
The Scores.
The real estate professionals of West Texas.
And if you're just joining us right now, this is the live COVER1 live stream. I'm Joe Hyde, along with Manny Diaz, and at the Trammell desk there's Matt Trammell, and we're basically peeking into games all across the Little Southwest Conference and basically in the heart of Texas, and we're even looking at a Duncanville game in the DFW Metroplex, because we have efforted all kinds of stringers out there and on the sidelines.
Absolutely,
real stuff. So it's really good, and you guys stay with us all night because we'll be here till about 11 o'clock tonight.
So big play from Central here. If run that back real quick. Yeah.
So this is San Angelo Central.
Yeah, this is San Angelo Central. We got boots on the ground, James Bellini. This isn't the touchdown, but this is going to set it up right here. Ball's at about the 30-yard line. We got one running back in there, and this is Tyler Hill all the way. Steps up in the pocket, makes a throw, threads the needle, gets all the way to the 1-yard line, Manny.
Who is
Guess
that?
he just didn't want to score very bad. So they're going to take this next play, and they're going to score.
Yeah, let's stick with it there.
Just leave it.
Yeah, so Tyler Hill kind of showing off the goods there, and the wideouts.
Dude, did you see that? That was threading the needle right there. He threw it in between two guys right in there, and the guy was just able to make a play.
Yes, indeed. All right, so the Bobcats
Third time tonight, Manny, that we've seen them on the 1-yard line.
Yes.
What's up with them? They can't punch it in on the big play or what?
Well, what they do here, not a bad idea.
Nope, just hand it off like we saw on the very first touchdown, and
wait a
this
minute.
one's not going to
He was
work.
just
He
shy.
was
That's
stuffed.
Darius Floyd looked like, perhaps. Tell you, that kid's just a lot to handle.
Lot of hams on him.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of hams.
Yeah, Darius Floyd is a full-grown man.
Yeah.
In a teenager's body. So this is a delayed look at this here. We're running back. We saw a big completion inside the 10-yard line of the clean Shoemaker Grey Wolves. San Angelo Central knocking on the door here on the about what are we calling it? The 3-yard line, 2-yard line, more or less.
Yeah, I'd say about somewhere around there. Inside the 5.
We'd also like to mention
It's actually beyond the 1.
We'd also like to mention your San Angelo Central Bobcats coverage presented by Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate Agents. And here we go.
Look at that.
Samuel Navarrete.
Just like the first touchdown, handed right up the gut and go get you one.
I tell you, I love the ability to just do things like that, getting in the end zone. And hey, so you see the LED lights
They're
flashing?
changing it,
These
yeah.
are the new lights there at San Angelo Stadium. Let's come back to the desk here.
Epileptics beware.
I know. For the last 2 seasons, Colleen Shoemaker, they're at their stadium. Their lights, anytime they score a touchdown, they flash the lights.
Oh,
the
so it's like,
LEDs.
welcome to it. Welcome
to San Angelo,
Yeah.
Colleen Shoemaker.
Yeah, so if y'all don't know, they're orange and blue, but don't worry, the blue can be used for Lakeview too.
Yeah, the Love You Blues there.
Yeah.
All right, so, hey, before we get back to the action, let's take a quick commercial break. Let's pay some bills around here. Presented by let's just take it away, Tony. How about it?
We know people in sales who tell their clients what they want to hear.
But at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Addresses Realtors, we're not driven by the end transaction. We want a lifelong relationship with our clients, which means sometimes we have to tell our clients what they need to hear. Our industry-leading team of real estate professionals is ready to help you find the home where you can enjoy life's biggest celebrations and smallest moments.
When you open the door to your first home or your forever home, we want to be there with you.
And while we may be a brand with international reach, we remain locally owned and committed to the San Angelo community.
Our company is built on the principles of trust, integrity, longevity, and stability.
At Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Addresses Realtors, we are honored to be your forever agents.
Alrighty, Berkshire Hathaway, proud presenter of San Angelo Central
Man,
Bobcat
you know
look-in
I
highlights.
Love me some Berkshire Hathaway. Love me some Berkshire Hathaway, man.
We love them so much because they're bringing us the Angry Orange all season long.
Definitely. And great place to buy a home.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the most luxury homes in all of San Angelo. Actually, Tony, before we do that, let's go to another highlight. We are efforting a wall highlight, and I tell you this much here. These guys are driving the football and looking like they may take something here. So right now, Wall, this is Eastland.
Yeah, so remember, Eastland's been up this whole entire game. Wall, they just scored to tie it up. So right there, it's just a pretty good example of what they're doing to the Hawks. They're throwing it on them. And that seems to be the method over the last few years on the how to beat the Hawks. Wall's defense
with the sack there. Tony, let's advance to the next clip. Because if you keep on going, well, actually, good. Not that one. Let's go a little bit further down. Yes, sir. Actually, we'll stick with this. Sterling City. We'll come back.
Oh my gosh, Manny!
Replay this one.
Oh,
let's
my
replay this one.
Gosh, he got hit with a clothesline. Dear Lord, he took his head off. Oh!
That you may feel that.
Caused the fumble.
So Sterling City driving, Garden City saying thanks but no thanks.
This is my ball.
Yeah, they are leading 30-28 at the break, so expect a barn burner down the stretch. Let's go out to Ratliff Stadium in Odessa. And right now,
so they're having a little trouble with some passing interference up there with Mojo. So might be good for Central because we throw the ball a whole lot apparently.
We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Eastland down. Okay, well, all right. We'll wait and see what happens with some of these other highlights. I will say, folks, that Wall, they are leading Eastland now. They have just taken the lead 21-14. They scored on a touchdown run with about 7:31 left in the third quarter. So, in fact, Tony, let's go to the last highlight that we see in the group text, and it is an Eastland punt. We're going to show you this one here because look at this. This punt right here, this is what you call like a drive in golf, dancing on the green. This one's dancing on the 1 yard line. As Wall now, if they want to score, they're going to have to go 99 yards of the field because I know we're rooting for Wall America here, folks, but that's a heck of a punt. It's certainly if you can get it on the 1 yard line, as the Wall offense is going to be coming back on the field. So we'll see what happens in down the stretch of this one. So 21-14, Wall leading Eastland in this one. Central, what do we have as an updated score there, Trammell?
So right now, no update. Of course, we got the Central touchdown, but Central is just taking control of the ball. So looks like we could probably see them score again.
Okay.
I'm trying to look back and see exactly how they got the ball, so just give me 1 second.
Okay. Alrighty, let's come back to us here real quick. All right, so we're seeing a lot of good football tonight right here on SanAngeloLive.com. Joe.
Well, we're tied up, Eastland and Wall, tied up at 21 now. That's
We are tied now?
Tied. Eastland and Wall are tied third
Okay,
quarter.
actually, Tony, let's go to the second to the last clip that you see in the group text there, and this one, yep, there you go. This is Eastland. They now have the football here, and they are driving, folks. Let's see what they do.
Remember, we saw the last one. It was a pass, but this one's going to be a run, and it's a QB run. Kind of awkward looking, but he looks like he did get about 5 or 6 yards on the play.
And we have another clip from this game. We actually have 2 more. If you just keep on going down the line there, Tony, let's show them what we got. All right, so Eastland continuing
Another quarterback run here, so
hard-nosed football.
That's how it seems to be going. Throw the ball medium or just run it hard right down their throats.
Yeah.
Man, what's up with that, Manny?
Yep.
This is supposed to be what Wall's supposed to be able to stop right here. They're supposed to be able to stop the run.
Hard-nosed football.
That's all they're about.
All right, one more because this actually just kind of brings this whole thing full circle for Eastland. It's a Maverick touchdown. One more time, Tony. Let's replay that one there. As we saw earlier, Wall
all kinds of
was
time.
up 14-7 now, or it was
maybe the question
now
is,
it's all tied up at 21.
Maybe the question, Manny, is Wall's defense going to be okay this year? They're going to have to play a pretty dang strong Jim Ned football team when it comes to district. And what we saw in Ballinger tonight is that Jim Ned team is already looking like they're for real. So
Because they're from the suburbs.
Wall's gonna have to get something figured out on the defensive end because nothing against Eastland, but they're not traditionally known to be a powerhouse team.
No, and it's like I said before in the program earlier that this is probably and it happens like this and it comes in cycles like this. Wall, this is probably one of their most inexperienced teams that they've seen in a very long time. Usually that they're used to having guys with tenure on them, some stripes, if you will. If we're talking to Joe Hyde in the military,
I didn't have stripes. I had bars.
He had bars. Yeah. This is going to be a challenge. Not saying that's not out of the realm of possibility for the Wallhawks, but this will be it's going to be a battle for them to kind of keep up.
But you've seen things with the Wall when they'll come together about a quarter of the way through the season. They'll have the come to Jesus game, and after that they're pretty strong. And remember last year they were basically riddled with injuries.
Yeah,
and
that's
so you have a young team or riddled with injuries. It's always something you got to overcome in order to be with one of these championship teams. And Wall's consistently bringing championship teams to the area.
Yeah.
So.
But one thing you always got to remember if you're Wall, you got to always be a little bright, is you have TLCA in your district.
Yep. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you,
Matt Trammell.
Trammell, did you even give us the over-under on the TLCA game? Are they playing tonight?
Yeah,
you didn't even put them in the scores, did you?
I think they're playing Brady tonight.
They're playing Brady? Did you put them in the
scores?
scores?
They're in scores. They're in San Angelo Live /scores. Don't worry.
Wait, we're going to check on them.
Let's go back out to Mesa with the Lakeview Chiefs. Chiefs with the rock here, and this is an Oski, a.k.a. an interception. Mesa
That's number
taking
2.
It for a pick 6, folks.
That is number 2 for the game.
No time remaining in the half. Mesa taking the lead going into the break, up 18-14. Now, let's remind you about this, folks. The last time we saw a Lakeview clip, they had caused a turnover because they had picked up an interception with about 41 seconds left in the half.
But what's the one before that? A La Mesa interception as well? It's like everyone's just, the team that throws the ball is supposed to catch it, not the other team. Right?
Yeah. So they're whistling, they're singing that George Strait tune tonight. I'd like to have that one back because right now La Mesa up 18-14 heading into the break there against the Lakeview Chiefs. So, man, I'll tell you this, Joe. I didn't anticipate this just being just
like last year we were trying to do this. We didn't really do it very well. And now we sat there and we thought about it. We said, how are we going to bring all these highlights almost immediately? and we got some new technologies and things like that. Man, my goodness, man.
Technology's kicking our butt right now.
I mean, we're trying to learn the workflows of this stuff, but we're making it happen.
Yeah.
We're making it happen.
Hey, if anything, our director man's over here is the one that's
Tony,
getting killed by stuff.
Tony's the man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Tony
So big
is
shout
absolutely
out,
killing
guys.
it.
We have to mic up Tony so we can insult him. He can insult us back.
Tony,
But-
I will say this. So we do have another highlight from Lamesa if we want to find that in the email from Isaiah. And I tell you, I'm not going to give anything away for the Lakeview folks right now. Big Blue, you're going to love this one because it's in your favor. I know
They need it right now.
They need something right now because Lamesa's right now they're leading 18-14, heading into they're now in the start of the third quarter. So I'll tell you, I'll give you enough. This is the only thing I'm going to give you at this point. It was a big break for the Chiefs. That's all I say about that.
We got a Mojo fumble.
Yeah.
We got to go to the Mojo fumble.
Well, hold on. We'll go to Lakeview. We'll go back out to Lamesa because right here, Lamesa knocking on the doorstep.
Oh.
Lakeview, how about that? Love your blue defense.
Oh, with the sack? Was that on fourth down?
That
Play that
was
again.
on fourth down.
Oh, so they got the
Goal
stop.
line stand.
Dang, that's what we like to see.
How you doing?
Trammell, you were talking some shade against Lakeview earlier.
No, I picked Lakeview to win. They're going to beat the
Trammell and I
table.
both picked
No,
Lakeview
I
to
said
win.
they're
Shade
going
on
to
'em.
beat the table.
All right, under the table.
Under the table. Hey, I got a score update.
What do we got?
This is courtesy of the old man Phil Trammell. He said, Leveland right now.
The land.
The Lobos are playing the Plainview Bulldogs. It is 20-20 at halftime.
Okay.
This is the first.
Kind of like Wall and Eastland.
First.
Very tight game.
First game for new head coach, former Texas Tech Red Raider Lyle Leong Jr., who is now the head coach at Leveland.
Yep.
How can you be a
Abilene
former
High Eagle?
Yeah.
former Texas Tech Red Raider?
Well, yeah, I guess once a Texas Tech Red Raider, always a Texas
Yeah.
Tech Red Raider.
Raider.
What,
There
Joe?
you go.
Tony, I will say this: we do have one more highlight from Lamesa.
Before we go there, we got an update from San Angelo Central Stadium, 29-14 Central with 6:05 left in the third.
Okay, so, and I believe we'll go ahead and we'll see if we can't download that clip there in the email there, Tony. It'll be from Isaiah, the top one. And this is a good one here because Lakeview is kind of just, we saw them swing the momentum defensively.
Right.
Now, offensively, they're doing a little bit of, I guess, fine-tuning of things. In fact, we're seeing a new quarterback get into the act of things here. So we'll show you that clip in a bit. But we do have a score update with San Angelo, so they're now increased the lead.
Yeah, it looks like San Angelo Central's pulling out, 29-14 Central.
So I think
6:05 left in the third.
So I think
Dang.
Ryan Chadwick called it like he said, just for them to be patient, they needed to
He said discipline
discipline.
and focus and pay attention, and he said they'd win.
Yep.
And and before Chadwick was thinking that their defensive line wouldn't be big enough to hold them back.
You should see one to the last four of this 4642
And we're efforting some highlights. This one's from Lakeview again.
Yeah, so we got one more from
Lakeview, La Mesa. And while we're waiting on that, I mean, we got some more good. I mean, I'm just seeing the stuff come. We have so much good stuff coming up. So you don't want to leave. You want to keep this on. If you have this like on your smart TV, if you want to put it on, you can go to YouTube and search for San Angelo Live or COVER1, and you'll find this live stream. You can watch it sitting on your couch.
Yeah.
And,
so, a lot of good things going on right now. If you're just tuning in, the Lakeview Chiefs down 18-14 against Lamesa.
but they're fighting back.
And right here, we do have one more clip to show you. We saw Lakeview coming up with a big defensive goal line stand on fourth down. And here, the backup QB, living like a QB1 right here. Look at that.
Man.
Off to the races.
Take off with it.
How you doing?
Yeah, you ain't gonna touch me. You ain't gonna touch me. You ain't gonna touch me.
Big gainer there, deep in the heart of Lamesa territory.
Didn't get him down either, so that's
Man.
a good one right there. You said that's first
that's
play
a new
as
QB.
first
That's a
play is new
there.
QB right there. Man,
So we'll have to see what happens with Cade Henry. I know he was struggling a little bit finding his wide receivers. He has an arm. I tell you that. He's a baseball kid. But right now, it's just
We need to
it's a
go back
little
to the
tough.
suburbs.
Throwing at the wrong team.
And there's some of these highlights that are interesting. They're not just touchdowns. Here's ones. How many Bearcats does it take to take down one Jim Ned Indian? Can we count? Can we count? The last video on there. just came in. How many Bearcats does it take to take down one Jim Ned Indian? We want to see what's going on there, if we can pull that
Well,
up.
if it's a certain Jim Ned Indian like their running back, it's going to take all 11. It doesn't look like that's actually him, but I'm counting a whole lot of blacks jerseys around the Jim Ned Indians right there.
Let's go. Have we counted them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of
7.
11. 7-11.
I told you the Jim Ned's going to be strong because they're in the suburbs.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the reason why Jim Ned's growing so. You want to know why they're growing so fast? They're in Tuscola, right outside of Abilene. Mm-hmm. Well, about 5 years ago, Abilene came out with this sidewalk ordinance, and the builders didn't want to build the sidewalks because it increased the cost of the houses so much.
Oh wow.
So you know what they did? They started building in the county out there by Tuscola, right? And next thing you know, Jim Ned is going to be a 6A school because Abilene requires sidewalks. Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see
I am true.
on
That is true on that. That is one of my big investigations. Why is Jim Ned growing so quickly? I mean, it's almost like Katy, Texas.
I tell you, the south end of Abilene everything is expanding south in Taylor County, and it's going south of Abilene.
And they're building. And if they're in the city limits, they got to build sidewalks.
Right. So Abilene Wiley, there's a big stream. There's a big, with all the base, it's the dice. They send all their kids there.
Right.
And there's a lot of development going on in in Wiley, which they used to be a Class 4A school. Now they're a Class 5A Division II school. So their enrollment is increasing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's only a matter of time. I think before maybe they're in the same district as Abilene Cooper, who's Class 5A Division I, and Abilene High, for goodness sakes, they are a small Class 6A school. I mean, they're barely making the cut at Class 6A. So Abilene is growing, not so much on the north side, but all the way on the south.
Yeah, and Tuscola is growing even more.
Yeah.
And that's where Jim Ned is.
Yes.
And with all that growing, Abilene High's losing. Abilene Cooper lost last week to Central.
Tony, we do have an update from Grande Communications Stadium. If you go to the second to the last highlight, we can find a Midland High quick touchdown here. Let's go to that. And looks like this one, they were leading 28-22 against El Paso Montwood. This touchdown right here, it's going to take a second, but we're going to get it. Look at that.
Oh.
A little dump pass off.
Okay. Oh, going on a little flip right there. I guess that play ended up setting it up there, Manny.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. We'll have a spoiler alert. They do get in for the touchdown. I'm assuming it's probably here on this play. Maybe not. Okay, so 35-22, the Midland Bulldogs lead in this one. Maybe I tell you, we're getting the video from Midland. That's for sure.
We're seeing it, and there it is.
There it is.
Just
There's the touchdown.
Hand it off to your fullback. You'll let him do his thing.
Yepers, 35-22. Midland High leads El Paso Montwood. All right, we do have another highlight coming from Wall America. Against the Eastland Mavericks, and that one was all tied up at 21 the last time we checked in with this game here. Let's go back to Wall, the Eastland of Tom Green County. And Wall, man, look at that run there, not giving up on that. Hey, Tony, run that play back. Let's see what this one looks like. Caleb Price, our videographer tonight, making it happen for the kids in Wall, getting in Eastland territory, so we'll see how this drive develops for the Hawks as they get into Eastland territory. All right, thank you for that. Let's see.
So just a little update from Central. They just got a huge sack on 4th down. So now they have the ball again and are driving. They're already past the 50-yard line, so stay tuned.
Can we see the sack? Can we see the sack?
Yeah. We can pull it back.
Yeah, let's take a look at the sack there, and as we kind of get in with that, what was it? What did we say the Central score was with Colleen Shoemaker? 28, 29, 29, 15.
It's been so long ago since I've talked.
Joe's just kind of in
like
Joe
doing
Hyde
14
world.
things over here.
You know the whole thing when you open Google and you got like 5 million tabs open. I mean,
29-14 with 6:05 left in the third. 29-14.
29-14.
That's Central
Manny.
over Shoemaker.
All right.
29-14.
All right, so here's the play from Central right here. It's 4th down for Killeen Shoemaker. Remember, this guy has offers from everywhere. He's pretty athletic. He's making a few miss, but he's not going to make him miss. And that's a turnover on downs for Shoemaker. Central is pumped up.
Eat. Hashtag eat, baby.
Are you saying Central's pumped up or Shoemaker's pumped up?
No, Central's sick 'em cats right there.
Tony, run that back just a little bit. Let's see that because we were talking about this, Trammell, this afternoon.
This kid has more than 10 offers from D1 colleges, Penn State, Rutgers,
The guy from
Arkansas.
Shoemaker.
Yes, the
you
quarterback.
name it, this quarterback right here. And watch, he's quick. He makes a few miss, but if you just get there, break down, don't look at his hips, just run right through him, boom, you get that sack.
That's a big-time play right there.
And you know, Chadwick said they needed a turnover.
Exactly. You're
He
taking
did.
the words right out of my mouth,
Yeah.
Joe Hyde.
Yeah. I'm
listening.
not a dumb lump on the log.
Yeah, Joe
Over here,
was
like
listening.
Mater, like the Maters from California. Mater.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Mater.
So now Central's already, like I said, they've already passed the 50-yard line at this point, which was already pretty close to there. So we'll see what happens. Maybe eventually they'll get into the end zone.
Okay, so the Central Bobcats coming up with a huge stop, I believe, yet, as Joe Hyde said it, as Ryan Chadwick said it.
All they need is a turnover. That's
All
sort
they
of a
need
turnover.
is a turnover. Yeah, I mean, you can chalk that up as a legitimate turnover at that point. All right, let's see. I know we have, Tony, if we want to go to the very bottom highlight, we have one from Garden City and Sterling City.
The Battle of State Highway 158.
Yes, and the last.
What would you do without me branding
I
your
have
games
no
for you?
idea. I have no idea, Joe Hyde. I mean, because you are saving the day right
So
now.
people know what's going on.
Yes.
2 6-man teams on 158.
Yeah. Run that back. Let's see. We were so Garden City with the rock. They were leading at the break. Woo! Sterling City defense.
Sterling City with fumble recovery right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the quarterback drops the football.
Wow. All right, let's come back to the desk, Tony. I know we have. We just got in one more highlight from Wall.
Turnover on down.
So you're spoiling it.
Am I spoiling
What
it?
are we doing? What are we doing here?
I'm spoiling it? Sorry.
You have no build-up. You're just
Oh, okay.
We
We don't know if they're going to
read.
turn over on downs. Is that how you do it? How do you
Yeah.
Okay,
build
so
it up?
look, so Wall, he's going, and he throws the ball, and he didn't get it. And that's a turnover on downs.
Is that how you do it,
That's how you
Trammell?
do it, Jay. So, yeah, that's weird. You know, Wall's trying to throw the ball. They're never really that good at it, and that kind of shows you why right there. You got to practice.
Why is it
on
Wall
something.
good at throwing the ball,
Well,
Trammell?
because they're traditionally and always have practiced just running.
Well, they're kind of just a blue-collar football team.
A blue collar. So
We
you're
work
talking-
hard.
So out there in Wall,
Okay.
just blue collar plumbers and stuff.
So if you look at Mater,
farmers.
if you look at the Mater team or Duncanville, they
Yeah.
actually probably look at analytics and stats and all this fancy stuff.
Uh-huh.
Wall just likes to hit hard and hit you hard. We're just
Okay.
going to hit you hard. Run
They don't
through
look. They don't look at film.
They probably do, but it's not as.
You didn't
probably
look-
like-
they look
it's
at film and
probably
go,
not
"You didn't hit hard
analytically
enough?"
Statted. That's like there's not. They're not going to sit here and run screens and other kinds of stuff. So, I mean, it's just the way they are. They're just traditional farm boys. You got to do what you have to play with the team you're
They're
given.
tough farm
You have
boys.
to play with the team you're given, and what you got with Wall is a bunch of German farm boys who can beat the crap out of you physically.
Well, they're doing that. They do like a triple option, right? It's kind of
Yes.
like they call it the flex bone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can either give it to the quarterback, or the quarterback can keep it. He
Yeah.
can pass it, or he can hand it off to someone, right?
Fullback, and then
Or-
the fullback, and then the third option is the running back.
Yeah. So he doesn't even have a pass option. It's two
Sometimes
runs.
they can, but most of the time no.
2 runs or a sneak.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I tell you what, we do have some action coming up here, and there is a big time play coming from both Sterling City, Garden City, and a play from the San Angelo Central Bobcats that you want to keep your eye on. But first, got some bills to pay. Tony, hit the tape. La Speranza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Speranza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Alrighty, Tony. Well, first and foremost, thank you, La Esperanza. They are our sponsor of our play of the game. We've had a lot of nominees for that.
Lots of plays.
Lots of big time plays. So we will get to that here in a few as the night progresses. But we do have a play from Sterling City, Garden City, and a play that favors. In fact, we're going to go to Central. We'll go to San Angelo Stadium first. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're going to Central first.
Okay, so let's go to San Angelo Stadium. Wow, this one.
One more second.
We'll run this one back. And
So this is something that you're going to want to see, Manny. It may not be something that's going to be pleasant to see for these Central Bobcat fans. Remember, Tyler Hill has been lighting it up. And right here, he tries as well. Looks like they're going to get a pass and interference call on this. But the quarterback was hit, and Tyler Hill has gone down and is now out of the game after this play.
Yikes. Wow.
And this is not a regular season.
This is
I mean, well, this is the start.
This is not the conference.
Not the district season.
District, yeah.
So.
No, but it's not good to have your quarterback go down, and that's what happened on that play.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's something we don't like to see. It looks like he just took a big shot there. So
The
we
first
wish him,
game.
yeah.
You know, the last time we saw something like this was 3 years ago, in 2018, with
Maverick McIver down in Del Rio.
Down in Del Rio,
and it
yeah.
was the start of the.
And it also
Malachi Brown
was not a
era.
district game.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we wish Tyler Hill well. I hope he can come back in this game because. Well, looks like we are hearing some good news coming from San Angelo Stadium. Following that bit of bad news, this highlight presented by Berkshire and Hathaway's our look in of the San Angelo Central Bobcats. Trammell, take us away.
Okay, yeah, so this is not Tyler Hill. This is number 13, so that's Ben, big old Ben Endler. And just a little read option here. He's going to keep it and go right up the gut, and that's going to be a touchdown for Central. They're up now by 3 touchdowns, Manny.
Yep. So
there
it
you
was
are.
29-15. So pending the extra points, I would assume that's what, if we do the math right, 36-15?
Yeah. So we got the epilepsy going on at the San Angelo Stadium.
That's it's a different thing.
Meanwhile, we have not had an updated TLCA score.
Oh my goodness,
You know,
Joe.
nor is Nevada Community in here.
Oh
But
jeez. All right, Tony. Hey, let's go back out to Garden City first before we it was a touchdown that gave Sterling City some good news. If you see there, it was. Let's see. Keep on going up. Keep on. You're going to see a 34-30 by Sterling SC. All right, so let's cue to this one here. And Sterling City with the rock. That's a Sterling City touchdown. This gives them the lead, 34-30. Run it back, Tony. Whew. This is a back-and-forth ball game.
Oh, I know it. Manny, we both know that neither of these teams are probably going to win the state championship. So we're watching a state championship week 1.
We are watching a state championship.
we're going to
week
decide
one.
who goes to Jerry's World.
Yeah,
Week
yeah.
1. Hey, leaving the battle of State Highway 158. Did you get this message that said that Chris Stovall, the field lights aren't working?
No, did not.
Chris Stovall's got delayed because the field lights aren't working, according to
boy.
Eric Emerson on their chats.
Okay.
Man.
So
Well, hopefully all is well in Seatown.
we have
Well,
news
it
breaking
look-
tonight.
It looks like the Cougs were winning, so let's just turn off the lights and get the
Yeah.
dub.
Yeah.
Manny?
that's what they did.
Turn out the lights.
Yeah.
There's
the
some
party's
guy down there
over.
that works for the power
over.
company said, well, they're ahead. Let's turn the lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, or we make sure we pay the bills.
Paying the bills.
Paying the bills.
Make sure to
I
pay
don't
your
know.
bills, guys.
But the big news breaking tonight is Tyler Hill, our quarterback for San Angelo Central,
Has
injured.
gone out for now. We don't know anything.
We don't know if he's on the sideline. We don't know anything about him.
But don't worry, QB2 scored the next touchdown.
That's right. So we got a
Still the
strong. We
battle.
have a deep bench.
Yeah.
A deep bench.
Tony, we do have an update from Wall. If you see there, Eastland in the Wall territory. They're in the group text.
And we are working.
We're going to have to get this guy an assistant next week. Hopefully he can stick around.
So a little handoff here, and man, what a run right there. This is, remember, what Wall usually does to Eastland every year. And this year it's a little bit different. Handoff right up the gut for a fullback, and that's a little too familiar.
Yeah, it is way too familiar. So now with that play there, Eastland is officially in the Wall territory. Last we saw, I believe, is tied at 21, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is just a grinded out, rock'em sock'em type robot type of ball game on the east end of Tom Green County.
So a little bit of scores update here. It is the start of the fourth quarter, and Central is up 36-14, guys. So I might have to eat my words on this one. Shoemaker didn't show up. I'll actually eat my shoe. How about that?
You're going to eat your shoe?
I'll
Stop
eat my
it.
shoe.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Eat your mater?
Stop it.
Or my shoemaker.
Or mater. Yeah, eat your shoe mater.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Dad Trammell bringing the dad jokes tonight.
Hey, you got to bring them sometimes, especially, when
How
they're
does
good.
Trammell know anything about dad jokes? That's my job.
Joe, so it was at the Star Spangled Banner concert. You just had dad jokes galore.
I did, and people were they were falling out of their chairs. They were laughing so much.
It was a tough crowd.
It was, but I had them. Those are the greatest jokes ever told from the stage of the River Stage. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys missed out. It wasn't on the internet, was it?
No, I think we had stopped.
Had we stopped? No, we hadn't.
Yeah, I think it did.
No, it was going.
Okay.
I think y'all can go back and look at it. It's online
Tony,
somewhere.
we do have an update from Garden City.
The Battle of State Highway 158.
Yes, Joe is just deeming this game.
I am branding this rivalry, this game as the Battle of State Highway 158.
So here we are, Sterling City with the Rock, and Garden City. How about that? Coming up with a defensive stop. All right, one more time looking at that right there. Tony, we will go to Beyond Communication Stadium in Midland because we do have an update from there. And it is El Paso Montwood with the ball here in Midland, coming up with a big stop. Andrew Vasquez, third down stop on the Midland 27.
A little pumped up there.
Yeah, about a buck 38 left to go in the third quarter. So there we go. Hey, and then if you like staying in the Permian Basin within the Little Southwest Conference, we have another one right below that from Ratliff Stadium there with Permian and Trammell. If you want to check in on a score from Permian and El Paso Pebble Hills, because right now, well, Pebble Hills, they're saying no Mojo because this is a Spartan.
I'm not sure the last update we had was a halftime score of 9-2.
You talking about Spartans?
Touchdown.
You talking about Mojo and the Spartans?
No, this is El Paso Pebble Hills.
okay.
That is a Pebble Hills touchdown right there. We'll see it one more time there. And let's see where we're kind of going with this one here. It looks like you passed that one in?
We're trying to get the score off the
Okay,
highlight.
no, we got it right here. So it is, we got an update right here. El Paso Pebble Hills 15, Odessa Permian 7. My goodness, I can only imagine what the Odessa Permian side of the field is like right now.
It's 15-7.
15-7, yeah, did I say
So
that?
you said 13, I think.
Okay, I'm sorry.
15-7.
15-7, El Paso Pebble Hills. And here's the thing. When it comes to West Texas, like teams like the Little Southwest
You're gonna exclude El Paso, aren't you?
Yes.
You're gonna say they're part of New Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, you are such a Texas racist.
Hey, you know what? They're not even in the same time zone as us.
Exactly. Thank you, Matt Trammell.
Yeah,
You're
they
coming to
better
my
chill.
defense.
But you remember going out there to El Paso.
Oh.
We went out there about 2 years ago for the Central Pebble Hills game. And you know that it seemed like they just have a lot of high schools out there. There's not really any meaning to it, right? Just a bunch of high schools out there.
Well,
just
so-
pick one at random.
So let me tell you a story right here. So when it comes to the Little Southwest Conference schools like Abilene, Odessa Permian, Midland Legacy, artist formerly known as Midland Lee, Midland High, Odessa High, Central. Here's one thing you don't do.
We have to call it the Midland football team.
Yes. Here's one thing you do not do. You don't lose to El Paso.
Right.
Period.
Exactly.
You don't do that.
Because there's just, they're kind of like, you just don't know. It's kind of like UTEP. Who is a UTEP fan? Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Well, I tell
Beto.
you, Mojo, the Permian Panthers, getting a real bad taste in their mouth right now. As that is, what did we say the score was with that? 15-7.
Yeah.
El Paso Pebble Hills.
Pebble Hills is on the rise, man.
Yeah.
They will be they'll be there before, be in Jerry's World before the Mojo. But anyway,
Okay,
is
so-
Mojo? What have you heard about Mojo? They're not in rebuilding year. This is they were rebuilding 2 years ago.
I mean, they were picked to beat Central in the Little Southwest Conference. So, hey, speaking of Central.
Yeah, so big fourth down play here, and man, Central was all over it.
Oh,
look, remember
what's he
this
doing?
guy? This guy is got some D1 offers. Bad snap makes it happen. That was on fourth down, so Central's about to get the ball back. Want to run it back and see it one more time?
Yeah, I mean, that's this.
So here we
Central
go.
defense.
Check it out, Manny. So what's going to happen? First off, bad snap. Oh, right in his hands, though. Picks it up. He's able to get away for 1 second and just throws it up.
Yeah. I tell you, he probably should have just eaten that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was a little scary. But, it's getting into the game, so he's kind of just Hail Marying it, I guess.
Man, they're sending us a lot of Ratliff Stadium stuff right now.
yeah.
So Central is going to take the ball over, so y'all
All
are
right,
ready for more.
Central's winning.
We do have this. We do have an update from Wall. And Tony, if you're looking for an update there, you see Wall gets the ball back. I'm just giving you a small taste of things to come here. Unlike Joe Hyde, who just gives away the entire thing at one time.
So you want me to find out? Let me see. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to say?
You have to pick your.
But you
words
already
here.
told people.
So
what's
here
gonna
it
happen.
is. It's just a read option, and they were ready for it this time, and he strips the ball out. Wall gets the ball, Manny.
Back.
Said it right there.
Can't
Wall
believe
gets
it.
the ball
I can't
back.
believe
On
it.
a fumble recovery.
Fumble recovery right there. That's read option. That's what we're talking about. This is
What
what
is
they should be able to
235
do.
all? Is there 235 left?
I think so. That may be correct. But man, this is a good ball game. I think it's 21-21. They're all knotted up there in Wall. If we go down to the very last, we have. Before we do that, I will say this: Midland High just scored on a Zaire Ward touchdown. First to make it 48-24. So it looks like they're just
And that's at the
Midland
start
High?
of the
Yeah.
fourth. That's
Oh,
the
they're
start of
rolling
fourth in
them now.
Midland.
started the
So
full.
do we
there.
play them? Not Midland High, but that El Paso team, or do we play the other El Paso
No,
team?
we've already gone through this. We're not playing Pebble Hills.
We are playing Pebble Hills.
I thought it was El Paso Montwood.
Oh, so we are playing at Montwood, and that's who Midland High is beating the dog
Yes.
out of.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we're about to beat the crap out
yeah.
of
So
them.
it is. Yeah, next week.
Trammell!
Oh, my God.
Trammell, you can't say that on live stream.
I didn't say the bad word.
Yeah, you did. You said
Okay.
a four-letter word.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm
if
sorry.
you're
I'm
wondering,
gonna go
folks,
get soap.
If you're wondering, folks, El Paso Montwood, that is who San Angelo Central is playing next week in El Paso.
And they're getting killed
And
by
right
Midland.
now they're getting killed by the Midland High Bulldogs. It is
So,
48-24.
The reason why
Midland
you need to
High.
watch the live Cover One live stream so you can get intel about what's going
Right.
to happen next week.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. All right. Hey, update from Garden City and Sterling City. Joe, what is this? The Battle of?
The Battle of State Highway 158.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Sterling City coughs it up.
Oh, man.
Could we have spoke too soon, Trammell?
Hey, if you look, I spoke from the very beginning. If you check my, I got the receipts. I said
I've
Garden
got
City.
the receipts. Yes, he does. All right,
Trammell-GC.
man. So it is still a very good ball game out there in Garden City, and man, folks, this is a pretty good start to the.
Before we
to the
get
high school
much
football
further, I
season.
probably need to take a break and go to the Deersky and Deersky Scoreboard and catch people up where we are tonight because we're kind of at the end of the third quarter generally across
Mm-hmm.
the entire region. And we'd go with that. Trammell, you want to take us with the scoreboard? The
Yeah,
Deersky
let's
and
do
Deersky
it. Deersky and
Scoreboard?
Deersky
All right.
Scoreboard. That's right. Scoreboard brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. El Dorado, San Saba. We don't have an update from that one quite yet. Odessa, Permian, Pebble Hills. Pebble Hills is beating the OP 15-7 right now. That says that one's in the fourth quarter. Grape Creek, man, they're playing pretty good. They put up 36 points, but they did give up 34. It's still in the fourth quarter, but the Creek is winning as of right now. Go Eagles. Garden City, Sterling City. Sterling City 34, Garden City 30. This was a real shootout and could definitely be a state championship contender match.
Hey,
right
real
here.
quick, go back to that the El Dorado San Saba score because I do have an update on that. So right now it is all tied at 20.
So 20-20,
20
El
to 20
Dorado,
in
San
the third
Saba.
quarter. Yes. So
Third quarter. All right, what a game.
Very tight ball game there in Sliker County. All right, as you were, Matt Trammell, Tony Garcia.
All right, here we go. So Midland and Montwood, remember, Midland High.
48.
We're going to play them and Montwood, and we play Montwood next week.
Yes, sir.
So 35-22. Midland High's beating them.
Yeah,
So that's a pretty good sign for Central.
They're doing some good stuff.
San Angelo Central's up 29-14. But right now, Killeen is knocking on Central's door, so it's not over yet. So stay tuned. We'll have highlights from that coming really quick. Eastland at Wall tied up right now, 21. It's going to be a battle to the very end. Stay tuned. We're going to have that, plus Houston guys going to give us a second. Midland Legacy, they put it on Amarillo. Everyone thought that they were going to be the number one team in the district, and so far they're showing it as they won tonight. They're up at halftime, 30-0 against Amarillo. Fort Stockton's up 13-7 against El Paso Bowie. The Panthers, man, playing good. So Lakeview and La Mesa, everyone's worried about them Chiefs if they can get it done tonight, and so far they're not quite getting it done yet. As the last update we've got is 18-14. Richland Springs is putting it on Haltom. Richland Springs, defending state champs.
Runner-ups. They lost to Balmorhea last season.
That's right. So 32-7.
Actually,
that game was actually played in San Angelo Stadium.
Yeah. Actually, we want to go back to Lakeview real quick because I do have an update, and we'll show you a highlight of this. Right now, Lakeview just took the lead probably just a few moments ago as they are now up 20-18 with 4:10 left in the ball game.
Oh, man, the
Chiefs.
They're putting it right down to the wire.
Leave
it up to them to just be up by 2.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll show you that one here in just a minute. That Tony, that will come courtesy of the Gmail in there.
Richland Springs Haltom, we talked about that one. Paint Rock is putting it on lawn. What the heck? Paint Rock's winning 31-0 as the Indians are Chiefs.
Indians.
I was right the first time, so
There
I
you
should
go.
trust myself. Paint Rock winning 31-0. Zeros right now at very best. Blackwell, Eden's up 28-22. Good showing out for Eden there. Robert Lee got spanked. That's right, 60-0. That one got called at halftime against Water Valley. Jim Ned is putting it on Ballinger. We haven't got an update in quite a bit, but it's 28-0 last time we checked. Zeros for Braun, zeros for Grady. Ozona. Last time we checked, it was 7-0. Looks like that's still the score there. Menard, we'll go through only a couple more of these. We got the Breckenridge Buckaroos. They're putting on Jacksboro 27-13. And finally, we'll go with Cisco and Clyde 28-0. Remember, guys, all these are and way more are on San Angelo Live /scores. Remember, go check them out. Brought to you by Deersky and Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas.
All right, yeah. Matt Trammell bringing us the goods there. Tony, I believe if you look at the second to the last, let's see. Yeah, if you look at the second to the last email that we have from Isaiah from Lakeview.
I might have a priority here.
Ooh.
We need to go to YouTube.
Okay.
Go to our link here.
All right. So we do have a Lakeview update there now, leading Lamesa 20-18 in this one. But let's go out to San Angelo Stadium.
So we didn't show it, but so Killeen actually got the ball back. They went all the way and they scored. We can go back and check it out in a minute. So Killeen got a touchdown, so they have 21 points now. They got to kick it off to Central. I don't want to really spoil it, but we're going to show it to you so you know it's going to be pretty sick.
I think I may know what you're getting at here.
All right,
Trammell.
so here we go. They're going to line up. We'll just see what happens.
All right, so Killeen Shoemaker on the kickoff.
So the Central Bobcats, they're going to get it. They're going to take it from the 10-yard line, and he's going to want it all the way. He makes it dance. 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's 11, and he's going. He's running. He's at the 30, 20, 10, Central touchdown, kickoff return.
He outran Shoemaker.
All the way back to the Central blue and orange lights that are flashing. I mean, what a play. Talk about making everybody miss. He took the short side of the field. He made
Look at that.
Everyone missed.
I mean, he just
never stopped
the
running.
hesitation.
Split the field, ran to the opposite side, was never even touched, had blockers. That's how you do a kickoff return, and Central will increase their lead. They got 43 points?
Yeah.
Trammell doing math here, guys. This is hard. So 43 points.
You're in the neighborhood there. All right. The Bobcats continue to increase their lead.
Of course, Lynch is telling us on the chat that Tyler Hill is back in the game.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Good. All right. So
and
our
it's 42-21 Central. 42-21
our San Angelo Central look-in presented by Berkshire Hathaway addresses real estate. So thank you so much to them for bringing you your San Angelo Central Angry Orange coverage for this season.
Yep, 7:56 left in the game.
Wow. So looks like Central could be off to a great start. And as we just heard, as Joe Hyde said
42-21 Central.
42-21
against Colleen Shoemaker.
And Tyler Hill is back in the game, so which is good for the Bobcats.
And if you're just joining us because you've been sitting outside, enjoying the sunshine, but the sun went down, you came in, you turned on your computer, and you're looking at this. What is this? This is the live COVER1 show.
Yeah.
Every Friday night, Manny Diaz, myself, and Matt Trammell will dissect high school football in Texas live from the heart of Texas, here in San Angelo, Texas. We'll cover the Little Southwest Conference. Basically, if you are joining us from someplace like, Nebraska, the Little Southwest Conference, that's the Friday Night Lights league, so to speak.
Yep.
And then we'll bring one or two big games out of the Metroplex or the Houston area. And of course, El Paso. We cannot ignore El Paso since it's part of Texas. So all of those things here. We're going to be on here for about the next 2 more hours. As the scores come in, we'll give you updates on scores. We have film guys at almost, 5, 6, 7? How many?
I think
film
7
guys?
to 8 games tonight.
8 games. We got guys boots on the ground at these games, bringing us highlights and bringing us so many highlights that you don't want to turn this thing off because we don't know what we're going to bring. So what are we bringing next, man?
All right, so we do have a Lakeview highlight here, La Mesa with the rock, and
Lakeview
this is
Manesa,
a big 4th down stand, goal line stand, second goal line stand of the night.
And he got the fumble. That's what we're talking about.
Yes. That would eventually lead to Lakeview going up on top 20 to 18.
Can we check the celebration out? Let's see when they...
The celebration?
Yeah. Here it is. You got to be ready for those chest
Gotta
bumps.
love it. Lakeview up
ready.
right now,
The
20 to
enthusiasm.
18.
And
there
then we
in
have
the
one
fourth
more
quarter.
update, 43-21 Central. They got the extra point.
43 to 21.
43
All right.
Central.
Hey, Tony, we also have an update from Wall as
Wall
this
America
one
right now
is
you better
officially
watch.
gone
You mean the
final.
blue collar team?
It's
Blue-collar
final.
Hawks.
Remember, it was tied, so we're not gonna say who won.
Oh, I
But
can't
y'all are
say
gonna
it?
want to check this out. This is a walk-off play. Whoever gets this wins the ball game.
Okay, let's check it out.
The
Gabe
jump
Haskins.
ball. Go get you one.
The Hawks win. The Hawks win.
Hawks win.
By the time-
Hawks win.
That was 28-21 Wall with 7 seconds left.
28-21 Wall. 7 seconds left. Game's over. Walk-off touchdown. That's what we love to see First week of Texas high school
Congratulations.
football, and it's a walk-off touchdown by Wall, Manny. What the heck?
So Trammell goes say congratulations to the blue collar.
That's right. That's
my gosh.
blue collar victory.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Those farmers are going to be so mad at you tomorrow, Trammell.
Okay.
They're going to hear about you calling
No,
them
they're
blue
not,
collar.
because they're going to be celebrating a win by the Wall Hawks.
And they're going to forget all about you.
That's right.
You think Lakeview?
No, because they love me.
So with that, Wall has officially sealed that one, 28-21. That game has officially gone final. Congratulations to Houston guys. They start the season 1-0.
It was sketchy,
1-0.
but we made it.
How is it sketchy?
Well, Joe, they usually beat this team by about 2 touchdowns.
But that doesn't make it sketchy.
Well,
So you
they
call it a
won
blue
with
collar,
seven- they won with
blue
7
collar football
seconds.
team playing sketchy ball.
Yeah,
That's what
playing sketchy ball.
That's Wall.
Yeah,
That's what you're
not
saying.
Not usually, but tonight they let it get down to the wire. So, but big props. Shout out to the Wall Hawks. Good game.
Anyway, more coming your way. Just stay tuned. We got, my goodness, before I can say something else, like 5 more clips coming in.
I know.
So,
These clips are just, they are
It's
happening fast and furious. Looks like it is 15-13, if I'm not mistaken, out in Ratliff Stadium between Odessa Permian and El Paso Pebble Hills. Pebble Hills leading Permian right now there at Ratliff Stadium. So Permian, they're needing to get their act together. I tell you that much. Or maybe it's just Pebble Hills.
Pebble Hills is good.
Maybe they're good.
Did you look it up? Are we playing Pebble Hills? Is Central
No,
playing?
they're playing El Paso Montwood.
So Pebble Hills is an El Paso team to be reckoned with now. They've beaten the Mojo.
Well, not yet.
But they're going to.
There's still plenty of time left.
I can say they're going to.
Yeah.
They're going to.
So, yeah, there's about 5:40 left in this game there at Ratliff Stadium. All right. So we do have an update from San Angelo Stadium. Let's go to this, presented by Berkshire and Hathaway.
Yeah, so big play right there. That's their quarterback. You know, we were worried about him all game. He was toasting us on his legs. But, Manny, I'm going to preface with this. You told me earlier, you said he's fast, but can he throw the ball? It doesn't look like it. Well, let's see if he can. Makes one miss, and he rolls out. He gets time. He throws it right over, and that's an interception for the Central Bobcats. Man. Another takeaway, as this game's almost pretty much sealed up.
Yeah, making him incredibly one-dimensional tonight, and I think you have to give it to that Central defense, the Central defensive coordinator. I mean, that guy, hats off to him, because that kid was going to beat you on, just running like there's no tomorrow.
Central said, I'm tired of losing to Killeen. I'm done. Tonight's it.
We're on our toes.
Yeah.
That's basically what they had to be on their toes.
That's right.
You know, we got another highlight coming where the suburbs are playing Ballinger.
Yes.
The suburbs of Abilene.
Yes, we do. We'll go back out to Runnels County. Let's see, Tony. I think we do have. If you want to go to Jim Ned, we can pick up that highlight
left
there.
In the third.
Not looking good for the Bearcats, as they've been down all game, and pretty much is just going to stay the same here. As they just a little cut back right there and just untouchable. Too quick, too fast. And that's going to be a big-time run, and it's going to make it 42-0, Manny.
And that's with 1:05 left in the third quarter.
42-0.
We're going to be here late watching the suburbs beat Ballinger.
Well, man, what's up with Ballinger, man?
They're not the suburbs.
Well, we do have now we saw kind of Jim Ned is having their way with the Ballinger Bearcats. We do have an update from Garden City with the defending state champion Sterling City Eagles and Garden City Bearcats
in the battle for State Highway 158.
Yes, Tony, take us out there. Looks like Sterling City is knocking on the door of this one. And I'm sorry, that'll just let's see. What do we got here, Tony?
We don't know yet.
Here? All right, here we go. Garden City with the rock here.
Looking it up, throw it right to him.
Baby.
The only place he can catch it is him. So that's another touchdown.
That is looks like for the go-ahead lead. I think that's before this was all tied up at 42. That lead is, this game is no longer tied.
And now back at Ratliff Stadium, you got Mojo's making some moves. By the way, on the Sterling City, Garden City is 50-42 Sterling City with 6:30 left in the game, and 50-42 Sterling City winning. And Trammell, where are you looking at?
I'm looking at all kinds of stuff, man. I'm watching highlights over here. I'm checking stuff here.
Are you hearing my updates about the battle for State Highway 158?
Dude, it's a heck of a battle. I'm telling you. I knew that one in particularly was going to be a good game.
One more time. Sterling City leads Garden City 50-42 with 6:30 left in the game. So we're still working it. We have Mojo's making some moves, and that El Paso team doesn't have it all locked up. Mojo's making some moves, so we got some more highlights coming your way.
All right, so
go scores
right here we got the Deersky and Deersky scorebook. Garden City, Sterling City, 50-42, quarter four. Ballinger, Jim Ned, 42-0. We just saw that Jim Ned touchdown. It was pretty far, so that's the Deersky and Deersky scoreboard right there. Jim Ned 42. Nothing. Mason 28, Comanche 0. They're pouring it on Comanche now. Dublin's up against DeLon, 36-0. Crawford 28, Goldthwaite 6. Fourth quarter action there. San Angelo Central's up 43-13. And actually, I just have a score update. Killeen Shoemaker just scored a touchdown, so it's actually 43-28 now. We're working on getting those highlights to you now for that one. Coleman 24, Miles 0. That one's final. 21-28. That's the final score at Wall. We saw that last-second touchdown. A nice little jump ball there for the
go-ahead
QB over there.
Yeah, the walk-off.
Gabe Haskins with that. El Dorado, San Saba. What was that El Dorado score we said earlier?
Last we saw was all tied up at 20.
Yeah, so El Dorado, San Saba updates it all tied up at 20-20. Odessa, Permian, Pebble Hills, 15-7 Pebble Hills last time we checked. Grape Creek's up against Stanton, 36-34. 2-point game's going to be really close. That one's coming down to the wire. Midland's up against Montwood, 35-22. Central plays Montwood next week. Amarillo lost big time to Midland Legacy. The former Lee Rebels, 30. Amarillo, 0. Fort Stockton's up 13-7 against El Paso Bowie. And nothing there. La Mesa, Lakeview. Lakeview, did they ever score, Manny? Do you know anything update from there?
I believe it was it's 20-18. Lakeview is leading at this point.
Right. So 2018, Lakeview's up there. Haltom, Richland Springs. Richland Springs 32. Haltom 7. Paint Rock 31. Lawn 0. That one's just about wrapping up. Nothing yet from very best. Blackwell and Eden. Eden final, or that's at halftime score of 28-22. Robert Lee, Water Valley 60. Robert Lee 0. So that one ended at halftime. I actually have this Bront score. Just give me a second on that one. Last I checked, Bront was down 40-6. So that was the last score update that we got. Bront was down 40-6 against Rotan. No score yet from Grady and Roscoe. Ozona, Sonora 7-0. And our last one, one more, and we'll end it. Here we go. Breckenridge, Jacksboro 27-13. The Breckenridge Roos. You can find these in all the scores and many more at San Angelo Live /scores. This has been the Deersky and Deersky presented score page there. Remember, Deersky, the real estate professionals of Texas.
And we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the scores because of our technology partners.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that last game that we saw, Sonora and Ozona, the Broncos of Sutton County there in Sonora, leading Ozona 24-14 in the fourth quarter. Last season, if you remember, Ozona picked up its first win against Sonora, and I want to say over a decade. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to continue that, as Sonora's kind of just flexing a little bit with the two-possession lead on
and of course Midland High School out there west of us, 48-24. Midland wins.
Yeah, so it looks like victory formation at Grande Communication Stadium as the Dogs pick up the win of the season. They go to 1-0 on the season, beating El Paso Montwood. For you San Angelo Central fans, this is the team who you will see next week. We're efforting to get out there next week.
Yeah,
Joe.
we're gonna try to get out there. We're gonna take the corporate jet. Yeah.
So Joe Hyde calls it the corporate jet. Yeah.
So, Manny, give me your thoughts about that Montwood Midland High game. Tell me what you're thinking for Central next week.
Man, so I think, if Central plays like this, like they did tonight,
it's not going to matter.
It really isn't going to matter because El Paso Montwood, they didn't look like they kind of just looked staggered. They didn't look as good as maybe what we thought they're going to be. But Midland High, I mean.
Well, we were also worried about Central being in a rebuild year and all that kind of stuff. We lost our quarterback from last year.
Well, I think with Tyler Hill or Ben Imler, I think you would have been good. But defensively is what we really were.
Yeah, we're worried about the size.
Yeah. Certainly the secondary was
but maybe the athleticism is making up for it. I don't know. We'll have to ask Chadwick when he gets in here.
The biggest test of this season for the San Angelo Central Bobcats will come against Austin Vandergrift. When the Vipers come to San Angelo. This game was supposed to be played last year in Austin, but due to COVID, it was,
Austin went woke. We would have played them.
Yeah, they could have came down to San Angelo.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they are coming down to San Angelo, so I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. That's true. I think that's the true test of the season. I think Midland Legacy will certainly show us more.
I think we kind of know what we got when it comes to Midland Legacy. We got a good football team.
Hey, we do have an updated score from La Mesa, thanks to Tristan Franklin. Lakeview, man, they drop in this one 27-20
Is that final?
Yes, that is officially a final.
Oh man, so
in
tough
fact,
one for the
They
Chiefs.
lose 27-20 after all of that.
So, Tony, there's a clip in there from the email from Isaiah. It is an updated clip from Lakeview and Mesa, and that will kind of tell the story of what happened tonight, of how that one ended. Because, tell you what, Lakeview, they look like a good football team, that's for sure, but I think they kind of got in their own way down the stretch because they had, 2 goal line stands, Trammell?
Right.
But it was these picks. It was these turnovers that really,
had to
told
switch
the story
QBs in the middle of the
things
game.
tonight.
So all they had to do is
QBs.
just tighten it up a little bit.
I think they'll be
Yeah.
fine, but, I mean, you can't do that kind of stuff.
Well, you can't. Yeah, I mean, people, if the other team can take advantage of, which obviously Mesa could.
Yeah.
So,
All right, well, let's take.
but I'm tired of saying Lakeview's coming back. When are they ever come back?
Well, here they are.
Were they here? Backup QB.
So this actually ended the game right there. If we go back, there is one more play here. We'll look at this one more time. So this is kind of Lakeview's last chance.
Got to at least get out there where you can at least give a shot.
I know they got to give that QB1 an opportunity to at least throw the football. Tony, if you go one below that, there is the go-ahead score. We'll show you how Mesa won this football game in the go-ahead in the final moments of this ball game, folks. Lakeview, they were in it. They were in it to win it.
Game. They were in the
They
whole
were
game.
in it to win it despite the turnovers. We showed you some of these goal line stands. I mean, some big 4th down goal line stands. And when you're coming up with stuff like that, gosh, that's just got to be heartbreaking when you drop ball games like that. But Joe, you made a great comment there. We're always saying Lakeview, they're coming back. They're coming back. When are they going to come back?
Yeah. I mean, we're tired of saying it, and we see progress. We just see these. It's kind of like trying to start a lawnmower.
Right.
We just keep pulling the rope, pulling the rope, right?
Yeah. No, that's a perfect analogy to that. I think I will say this. I think head coach Hector Guevara is onto something there in Lakeview. It's just taking him some time.
Right.
I mean, it's having to adjust a culture. Brent Davis went through kind of like the same thing whenever he came along with San Angelo Central. Of course, he's in the bigger and better things with Gregory Portland. He's kind of in a rebuild down there, down in the Corpus Christi area. Mm-hmm. Kevin Crane taking over the Bobcats, and they put together a great.
Well, Kevin Crane's done a great job.
Yes.
And the other thing about the SAISD that was so important for them to do is have continuity.
Yes,
by bringing someone up from the inside. Actually, Brent Davis picked Kevin Crane, I think, and brought him on, and they're going to bring him from inside.
23-49.
And building our own talent, our own bench.
And that's what he did.
Just like we do with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. And, there was a stretch, that went from 2013 to about 2017 that there was blue chip players that could have gone and played anywhere in America that were coming right out of San Angelo Central. All right, let's go back out to Mesa and let's show you how actually this was the second goal line stand. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was Mesa actually with the go-ahead score. Tony, run this one back. This was with a little more than a minute to go in the actual ball game. Mesa knocking on the door. Look at
Nice play call there, though.
Yep.
Nicely drawn up play. So.
I feel for the kids on the north side tonight because, man, they played one hell of a ball game there. $1:04 left in the game. 20, I believe it was the final score 27-20. I mean,
28.
28?
Yeah.
28, no, or 28-20. So, tough loss for the Chiefs tonight. Hey, we do have a update from the Battle of what?
State Highway 158.
Yes, sir, Joe.
Sterling City,
Garden City. In fact, this one, I'm gonna give you a little taste here, folks. There's a little less than 3 minutes to go, and it's a 1-score lead. I'm not going to tell you who put on the final score. Actually, if you go all the way down to the bottom.
But what color
Tony?
is Sterling City? You can at least tell them that.
No, I'm not going to tell them that. I can't tell them that. No. Not good.
We got a corrupted file. Oh, We need to fix that.
You want me to send it to you again, Tony?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. All right. So there was that. Well, it looks like we were efforting that one there. Hey, Ballinger did get on the scoreboard tonight. This one made it 42-7. The extra point good there. So Ballinger officially on the board there.
Let's get on
tonight.
that rivalry game, man.
All right. Battle of what?
State Highway 158.
Sterling City saying, hey.
We ain't giving up on this one.
we
You're
didn't-
gonna have to take this state championship out of our dead cold hands.
Sterling
Yeah,
City,
Bruce.
it's 56-42. Sterling City over Garden City right
Yes.
now. The battle of State Highway 158.
158. So there is
That's
probably
pretty big.
there's probably about 2 minutes left. in
Two-score
this
ball
one.
game now.
Yeah. So I mean, I
Dang
think
it, Manny! I was right for so long. I was right.
You said Garden City was going to win, didn't you?
I did.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
There you are.
So
Tramel's
such a-
wrong.
That's such a good ball game. That is a true rock'em sock'em robots.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like you get one punch, this guy gets another. Let's keep on going. Let's see who wins this thing out. So, let's see. Tristan Franklin, it was a good game overall. Hard-fought battle. He's referencing the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs. Great game tonight. They came up just a little short, 28-20 on the road against La Mesa. It was turnovers that plagued these kids tonight. We'll see what head coach Hector Guevara does next
And
week.
Daniel Sutter, we don't have a score on TLCA. We're having some issues a little bit with our scoring sources, but we're going to fix it. We'll be better next week, but hopefully we'll get the TLCA score before the end of the game. Another one, Christina Baker said, way to pull it out, Wall Hawks.
Yeah.
They pulled it out.
Yeah. In fact, the last time we saw Gabe Haskins, that Wall QB1,
Right?
was back in November against I'm not gonna remember the team, but he threw a touchdown pass in overtime to win the ball game. And what does he do tonight, Joe? He throws another touchdown pass
Right.
to end this game
Yep.
to beat Eastland.
There you
1-0,
go.
the Wall Hawks.
There you go. Wall
Yes,
Hawks.
sir.
Shelby Bim has done something about purple. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I know she's talking about those Sterling City Eagles.
Oh.
They are right now. They are leading Garden City 56-42 in that game.
But keep your comments coming. We like to keep it interactive. And if you're just joining us now, this is the live COVER1 high school Friday night football show. And I'm Joe Hyde. This is Manny Diaz. Over there at the desk with the scores and all the data and the stats is the Matt
Your
Trammell
boy.
desk.
At the
Tony, we
live
do have an
desk.
update from Ratliff Stadium with Odessa Permian. If you want to go up until you see Mojo, it's just a few clips up.
Mojo turning it back on.
Yes.
That's good.
That is it right there, sir. All right, so here, Mojo Odessa Permian was trailing, and doesn't look like they're trailing anymore. Right now, this gives them the 26-15 lead from Ratliff Stadium as they are now leading El Paso Pebble Hills 26-15. So Mojo putting on, I guess they're on the comeback trail there. All right. So let's come. We'll see this one more time. Oh, there we go. No, that's cool. There we go. All right. So as we come back to the desk, Tony, I will say that we do have some post-game sound with Wall head coach.
And ladies
Houston
and gentlemen,
Guy.
when he says post-game sound, it means we got an interview with Houston Guy, the head football coach for Wall High School, the Wall Hawks.
Final score update from Mojo. They won.
Mojo beat the El Paso people.
Yep. Final score: Mojo
right.
26, El Paso Pebble Hills. Right.
Yeah. So
15.
So the Mojo crowd not exactly losing their minds.
But they were probably worried
I
for
bet.
a while.
I bet they were like.
mean,
they were on the edge. They
Yeah.
were. It's like don't jump. Don't jump.
You
It's
could
just
hear
week one.
the proverbial radio show the next morning.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know what that coach was trying to do.
It's like the true Friday Night Lights
Yeah.
type of thing. It's like, oh, we got to get rid of that guy. Let's put the for sale sign in his yard. My goodness.
But anyway, we have Houston Guy. He's the head coach of the Wall Hawks out here in Wall, Texas, talking about the game. They won. Someone pull that score up for me. The Wall Hawks barely won.
Yeah,
right?
it was
came from behind.
28-21.
2021.
28-21.
28-21. Come from behind win.
Yep.
Showing real resilience with the kids there. Can we switch to the interview?
San Angelo Live, COVER1 here with the Warhogs head coach Houston Guy. What did you think about your team during week 0? How did they play?
We've got some things we got to fix. There was definitely some spots that could be polished and things that we are definitely going to work on next week. I think that they showed some toughness, they showed some grit, they showed some fight tonight. We could have easily, let this thing slip away. I think that they showed the determination that it's going to take to finish the season, and fight for a district championship. And I'm super proud of the way they played tonight. I thought they played extremely hard to the very end and came away with a great victory. And I thought that that game could have gone either way.
Were there any standouts that you happened to see that maybe surprised you, or?
I think our fullback played good tonight. I think our offensive line played really good at times. I think our Jay Rich, making the catch there at the very end. I think our quarterback played good. Defensively, I think there's going to be some guys that really stood out tonight. We got some big stops. We got some turnovers when we needed to. So there's going to be some guys defensively that stood out. But I think overall, what a great team effort, in all facets of the game.
Congratulations on the win.
Hey, thank you very much.
Well, that's Houston Guy. He talked about how his team was, came from behind. He said that's what they need to learn. And of course, these are prior to the district games.
Yep.
And that's what they're, these coaches need these games. They actually pick these teams they want to play, right?
Yep.
And so they're picking them, trying to harden their kids, teach them some stuff before they get into the regular district play, which determines if they're going to go to playoffs or not.
All right.
Or go to
And I tell you, well, first of all, shout out to Caleb Price, our videographer on the ground there in the Eastland and Tom Green County.
Excellent job.
Excellent job tonight. Excellent questions, Caleb.
I'll tell you, that was classic Houston Guy.
Yeah, it was.
Classic Houston Guy.
It never gets. It's always so good.
My
The
God,
ultimate
this is pretty
teacher.
good.
Yes.
The ultimate teacher.
Yes. So they are 1-0 on the season. They will get Cisco. So here's the next few games for Wall. It is not an easy schedule by any stretch of the imagination.
They're playing the Christians.
Next week on the road against Cisco, back at home against Midland Christian, on the road against Mason, and then they take on a defending state champion, Class 2A Division I state champion, Shiner.
Yeah.
This is a very good football team. They're going to meet halfway, neutral site in Fredericksburg, Texas.
If you really look at this from a Texas history perspective, I mean, it's German on German. The Shiner Germans versus the Wall Germans. It's going to be a battle of the Germans.
Another big game on Wall. Remember last year, the game that really set apart of the whole entire season and really kind of made them almost go downhill was after that Midland Christian loss last year.
Right, yeah, I remember
they were
that.
undefeated, and then they got smoked by
Midland Christian. They're out of
and
San
they were
Antonio,
never
right?
the same.
No, Midland Christian's out of Midland.
Right.
There you go.
They're never the
But they're
same.
tough.
So we'll see.
But they're tough.
Oh yeah,
and then they
were
played
good.
another Christian academy out of San Antonio.
Yeah,
almost
because
lost.
last year we called it the Holy Wars.
Yeah, the Holy Wars.
Yeah.
Only here on live COVER1.
Oh, boy.
The most politically incorrect high school football team show you'll ever see.
Okay, what is this one here? Okay, well, let's, another update from Lakeview.
So, as far as your quarterback goes, performance go.
Lakeview High School coach, what's the coach's name?
Coach Guevara.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, I think we're audio only.
That's
we're
okay.
going to
We just want to listen to the audio?
Yeah, let's listen to the audio.
Well, let's see.
I just won't go to it, the video.
I know he's a first-year starter. How do you think?
Okay.
How did his performance go?
Pretty good. I mean, made some mistakes here and there, but his first game of the year, we battled, and there's a lot of things that we got to improve on, obviously. A lot of mental errors on our part, a lot of mental breakdowns. You can't do that. You want to win a ball game. You can't do that, and we got to do a better job getting ready. It's our job to do it, and we'll do that.
Yes, sir. So, are you looking for this season to put it on the returning starters and returning seniors?
Man, we definitely got kids that need to step up, to lead the team. Sorry, but we expect our kids to stand up and bounce back.
Yes, sir. So, what's the direction for the rest of the season go?
Hey, man, it's like I told them, man, this is not a sprint; it's a marathon. We just got to keep getting better. we got to get it ready and try to improve every game. And the whole idea is to get ready for district and from there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Bob.
Lakeview coach Guevara, he sounded upbeat.
Yeah, I mean,
he knew what happened.
He knew exactly what happened. I mean, nobody pulled the wool over his eyes. I mean, his team was in prime position to win this football game, and like you said, it was just mental errors, mental mistakes.
Right.
When you have three interceptions a game,
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So they're asking about the Cristobal Cougars. I wonder if they're. I don't even know. We're just getting that information.
We're trying to see what's going on with that. Yeah. By the way, we do have a update from Sterling City, Garden City here, and folks, wow. So last time, hold on, let's kind of set the table here for this one. I believe last time we checked in with this, it was 56-42 Sterling City. And here we go. Run that back.
Big stop right there.
And Sterling City, man, coming up with a monster stop.
Yeah, that's when, Garden City, was their last chance right here. They're down by 2 possessions. They need to do something. And that ain't it, Chief. You're not that guy.
Hey, what's the age-old phrase? Offense fills the seats. Defense
wins the championships.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Defense wins what?
Unless you're in 6-man. 6-man defense doesn't really win champions. Let's be honest. It's 84-70.
You mean the Battle of State Highway 158 is being not being determined by defense?
It could be, I guess, but who knows? It's 6-man.
I mean, all we've been showing is offensive highlights.
That was a good defense one. So. We're still trying to get some highlights from Central. We had a little technical.
Hey, we got a final on Central score. It's 43-28. Central wins.
Central wins. That's right. 43-28. First time Central has beaten Killeen in 3 years.
Yep.
Is it really? It's
been
3 years?
The last 2 seasons just been dump trucked by the Gray Wolves down in Central Texas.
Is that the first time in 3 years or the first time in 4 years?
I don't remember. I think we beat them when we went there.
No, we didn't. They lost.
We lost 19 and 20 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
So
I think we won.
So is
in
it
18.
safe to say Central beat Shoemaker for first time in 3 years?
Yeah, absolutely. We do have one more update pretty much.
And before we go to your update, you want to stay on. You want to stay and watch this. We got Ryan Chadwick. He's our what do you call him? The Bobcat connoisseur.
Yes.
But he was out there covering the San Angelo Central Bobcats, defeating the Shoemaker Gray Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be here. He'll be in my chair, and y'all can rap about football and ask him all the hard questions because Ryan's been there. He knows what it's like. And of course, he's been watching real closely, even in the preseason. So Ryan Chadwick will be here probably within the next 10 minutes. Okay. So go over the next one there.
Yeah,
Manny.
so we do have a final highlight from Garden City as this one kind of just went final. Let's see if you want to go with the. It should be the second to the last one. So this one was just a big time showdown there on what highway? What
158 State Highway 158.
And here we go, Sterling City in victory formation. They are going to get the win tonight, 56.
We got the highlights of the victory formation.
Yep.
We got the highlight with the victory formation.
Victory formation.
I'm going to tell you, if we missed anything tonight, this proves that we didn't because we're getting highlights of the victory formation and falling on the ball. My goodness, we did so good.
Yeah, so the defending state champs, they moved to 1-0 on the season, 56-42.
Is that do we have any other games going on still?
Let's see. I mean, we gotta check and see what's going on.
Well, Lakeview's done, Central's done, Wall's done. We got to check up with the suburbs and the Bearcats.
Yeah. That one, I think it was 42-7 at one point.
With about
that
6 minutes left.
Likely, just done.
Yeah.
Odessa Permian gets the win tonight against El Paso Pebble Hills, 26-15.
Midland High won.
Yep. San Angelo Central, your winner tonight.
Mm-hmm.
43-28.
So Jim Ned probably beat Ballinger.
I guess really the last one on our list here is we just need to get an update from Cristobal.
Yep.
What is happening in Cristobal?
Remember the lights went out.
If anyone in the chat.
Remember the lights went out, so they had to delay it.
If anyone in the chat from Cristobal can tell us what's going on down there, because things are just dark here.
Well, things are apparently dark there as well.
Yes, maybe they lost their internet in Cristobal.
Well,
by the way,
the lights went off. So.
By the way, speaking of internet, this live stream, we have this live stream studio, and we've set it up this week. We put it on fiber, so we're on fiber from Conterra Networks.
Yeah, Conterra. Oh man, those guys are awesome.
When we went to fiber, it's like it tripled our speed.
Yeah,
and our upload speeds are really good. And fiber is beautiful, and the latency. I don't know if you when you play internet stuff, internet games particularly, latency, which is the time it takes to ping something, is really low. I mean, very, very low. We're almost like right there on the backbone of the internet. So this Conterra Networks fiber, if you need to get on it, call my good friend Todd Smith, or just email us here, and we'll let you know, let you find out how to get on the Conterra Networks network. I don't think there's a whole lot of people on it right now, so it's brand new offering here in San Angelo, Conterra Networks Fiber. They have two main trunks that go down Bryant and one that goes down Beauregard Sherwood Way.
What's that affiliate code, Joe?
What's that?
You know the affiliate code for that?
No, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Get in contact with us and we'll
Todd
help you
Smith.
out.
You need to call Todd Smith. I would give his cell phone. I'm going to give Todd Smith's cell phone number out.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, update from Cristobal. Looks like they beat top 10 ranked Wink tonight 14-6. As that game is officially gone final. Casey Otho and the Cougars officially victorious tonight in the south end of Tom Green County. So, big win tonight for the Cougs.
14-6.
Good job. 14-6.
Hey, let's switch over to Trammell real quick. I got to go check on some security things. And Trammell, wrap.
All right. So, Manny, you want to
got?
talk about just what was some of the top things we saw tonight?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the night?
Wow. I would have to say, I would really like to say that that San Angelo Central kick return for a touchdown.
That was pretty sweet.
That was pretty awesome.
That was pretty sweet. Honestly, the Colleen play was pretty sweet too. Where he hit that spin right there and went about 50 down the sideline. That was pretty sweet too.
Yes, I think probably a second to that.
That Jim Ned where he cut back, that was sick.
The Wall walk-off touchdown.
Oh.
That won them the ball game tonight.
Because that definitely meant something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
I'm in with that. Yeah.
It was a big win tonight for the Wall Hawks.
Who do you think was balling out the most tonight?
Gosh, I think in terms of that, I think what we saw with that, it probably had to have been San Angelo Central. I mean, they kind of flexed tonight when they needed to.
Yeah, they did. They put up a lot. And Tyler Hill, he was apparently, I guess when Chadwick comes in, he'll probably tell you more than me, but they were balling. Tyler Hill was throwing the ball, running. Right. I saw, I kept watching a couple times, and he would just break out of the pocket with just a split second, one plant, and he's down the field. So,
right.
Yeah, he was balling tonight. That's the QB1.
Balling. Hey, I'm back. We got Caleb. I just had to rescue Caleb from the front parking lot. So Caleb's back from Wall.
Yeah.
And good interview, Caleb. We played it live. Our thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers, they enjoyed it. So
yeah, it was good stuff. Caleb Price officially joins. Caleb, you want to come on? You want to come?
You want to come on the show? Tell us what you saw at Wall. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, this is our very own Caleb Price, videographer. He was hanging out with the Wall Hawks tonight against the Eastland Mavericks. Caleb, when you saw that last touchdown, did you think that did you think that was going to be a touchdown, or at least in that drive that Wall had a chance to get in the end zone?
Well, at the very least, they started their drive 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it was a lot less than that. I think it was like 1:30. And they just marched down there. They made it last for a while. That drive lasted for a while. There was a couple penalties. Time definitely stood slow, but yeah, that last touchdown pass was amazing. Yeah.
So we saw. Usually Wall. The first rattle out of the box. These guys are just. Going. They're dusting teams. Was it surprising to see the Hawks kind of maybe keep Eastland around the way they did?
Eastland had a very good, I think, receiver. He played in the backfield a lot with the quarterback. He was just giving them a hard time. They have a couple good players, and they're also big. So no, I'm not surprised they matched up with them. But on top of that, I also heard that they haven't really beaten the Wallhawks, in forever.
Right.
So
It's been a while.
yeah, I mean that kind of surprised me. You would think they would have a back and forth going on, but no, both teams really good, really skilled. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a good win for the Hawks. They win in walk-off fashion, 28-21, if I'm not mistaken there. And kind of the late moments. Next week, it may be a little tough. They're going to face another Eastland County team against the Cisco Lobos. We were looking at the rest of their schedule. Then it's against Midland Christian, Mason, and then against the defending state champion Class 2A Division I Shiner. But overall, I mean, this is kind of your first go around with San Angelo Live Cover 1. Overall thoughts of kind of being a videographer in the field tonight.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a little bit harder, like just to get around everybody and film. But no, it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, you did great. The highlights looked phenomenal. Post-game interview with head coach Houston Guy was great. So, hey, by the way, did you hear San Angelo Central won tonight?
Oh, I just checked the score. It was like 43-28 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, put it on them.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Officially final with that. So first win against Colleen Shoemaker in 3 years.
And 3 years.
Yeah. I know you and we went down there a few years ago, and gosh,
very nice press box, by the way, Colleen. Very nice.
Yeah, the pregame meal was all right up there.
Oh yeah, barbecue. What was it like?
It was Rudy's barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't no Little Caesar's pizza?
No.
No, it was barbecue.
Yeah. Certainly. So, hey, the Wallhawks victorious tonight, 28-21. Joined here by Caleb Price, our videographer, our Cover 1 videographer. I know we are awaiting Ryan Chadwick, our San Angelo Central Bobcat connoisseur. He's going to pretty much just break down this Bobcat win for us tonight, as the Bobcats are victorious 43-28. They will hit the road next week for El Paso, that 8-hour drive.
That's going to be a tough one. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, El Paso Montwood, they fell tonight to Midland High. Midland High doubled them up. They won by, double digits.
I actually picked Montwood to win
really?
On the forum, the little stupid forum we have, football forum. But yeah, I actually picked them to win. That's a shocker.
Wow, yeah. It was something else to see with that. I'm not sure if we can say we could expect that, but Montwood, they're not. I guess they weren't who we thought we were tonight. Who we thought they are tonight.
I mean, Midland, they return a lot of starters, huh?
I believe so.
Like most in the district, I think.
Something like that. That sounds about right.
Yeah, they have a new head coach, and I think they changed their running scheme. So I thought that would factor in a lot when you change an offensive scheme. I think it's like a triple option, kind of similar to what Permian does. At least that's what I heard anyway. But yeah, they have a new head coach nonetheless, and I was just thinking that it would be too much for them to travel all the way over there.
Yeah.
They only won like 2 games last year, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, it should be telling. I mean, I don't think Central can really let the foot off the gas next week against Montwood. They got to keep on trucking.
They can't anyway. They're playing Austin Vandergrift, I think, week 3 to Amarillo Tascosa. Huge. If y'all don't know what Euless Trinity looks like, they look a lot like Euless Trinity. They're a running team also.
Yeah.
Big guys up front, both sides. Very athletic. A lot of speed, a lot of athleticism on Amarillo Tascosa. So, and then, of course, the Austin team, big city team that normally plays at the top of their district, doesn't always win, but normally plays very well. So yeah, they have a tough non-district schedule, and quite frankly, I don't think they can let off when they get to district either, because here you have Odessa High giving Lubbock Monterey a hard time, and it seems like they have a lot to build off of this week also.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm curious to see the Amarillo Tascosa Abilene score. Let's see if we can't find that there. In fact,
I have it. Last update I got, the Rebels were up 40-14.
Wow. Okay. So.
Ooh, tough luck.
So Abilene High lost, Odessa High lost, Midland High won, Legacy won, OP won, we won. That's 6.
The Little South was minus Odessa, OHS. I mean, they lost to what, Lubbock Monterey last night?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, Caleb, we do have, man, we appreciate you so much tonight. We do have Ryan Chadwick about to join us here. We thank you so much for heading out there tonight. Looking forward to working with you the rest of this season. I know I'm assuming you'll be back with us next week.
Yes, to cover more games. Yes,
my man. All right, Caleb Price, our San Angelo Live Cover 1 videographer. Let's go to Matt Trammell with some scores tonight before we bring in Ryan Chadwick here to wrap up the night with the Bobcats.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's get to some more scores. Remember, most of these are going to be final now because, hey, the football night is ended. Dublin 43, De Leon 7. We're going to run through these pretty quick here. Got Crawford and Goldthwaite. Crawford 35, Goldthwaite 6. Midland won 48-24 against El Paso Montwood. Amarillo Midland Legacy, the Rebels 37, Amarillo 7. El Paso Bowie lost to Fort Stockton 32-14. Ozona Sonora 24, Ozona 20. That one was a tight one, and Sonora was down for most of the game. Breckenridge Jacksboro 49-20. Breckenridge is up in that one. Clyde and Cisco 35, Clyde 7. Just remember, these are brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of Texas. Early played Bangs. The Bangs Dragons lost 48-12 against Early. Lubbock Cooper, they played Andrews, usually a formidable foe, but tonight 27-0 as the Pirates take that one. Lubbock Coronado and Wolford Friendship 28, Lubbock Coronado 26. That's a pretty close one, and that's a big one for the Southwest Conference. San Angelo Central, of course, beat Killeen Shoemaker tonight 43-28. First time Central won in 3 years. Amarillo Tascosa, Abilene High. Abilene High lost to Tascosa 40-21 as the Rebels were able to take that one. Colorado City Albany, no score there. That game was canceled due to a Colorado City COVID outbreak. Big Spring versus Vernon, that's a close one, 23-22. If that one's not final, it's a pretty close one. Lubbock Monterey, Odessa, 27-32. Lubbock Monterey, they won that one after leading 20-0 and letting Odessa come back a little bit. All right, Coahoma, Forsan 28, Coahoma 6. Anson, they beat Winners tonight 9-0. Pretty low-scoring game there. Odessa Permian, El Paso Pebble Hills. Odessa Permian 26, El Paso Pebble Hills 15. The Mojo was able to pick that one up. Roscoe and Holly 27, Roscoe 7. Ingram Moore lost to Junction tonight 14-0. And TLCA against Brady in Lakeview Stadium, Brady 17, TLCA 6. Garden City, Sterling City, they ended up winning that game 56-42. Stephenville Faith versus Rochelle 32. The Christians 14. Haltom versus Richland Springs, they coming off of a state championship game 52-22 as they beat Haltom. Paint Rock, they beat the dog out of Lawn today 52-7. Blackwell versus Eden 34, Blackwell 28. El Dorado, San Saba, it was a close one 2020 last time we checked, but that was at halftime. Robert Lee Water Valley 60-0, and we'll wrap it up right there. You can check out these and a whole lot more on San Angelo Live /scores. Just remember, this is brought to you by Deersky and Deersky Realtors, the real estate professionals of West Texas.
All righty. Thank you, Matt Trammell, bringing us the goods, the scores. Joining us now, the Bobcat connoisseur, Ryan Chadwick. Heck, you said it at the break. The Bobcats needed a turnover, perhaps. They needed to stay consistent, and they got the win tonight, 43-28. It was the first win against Killeen Shoemaker in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on the win tonight?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pretty pumped up. I didn't expect the Bobcats to dominate as much as they did. Like, no joke, Manny. The Bobcats missed 2 tackles, right? Mm-hmm. Without those 2 tackles, the score would have been 43-7, wow. Right? Like, that last garbage time touchdown they got was purely because of stupid penalties. It was objective penalties, targeting, unsportsmanlike conduct stuff. Like things got a little chippy at the end. I don't think either team took too kindly to some of the hits that were being delivered on both sides.
Certainly.
It was a hard-fought game. These guys are just out here competing. So, that last touchdown, you can kind of you can't give them a pass because it was 45 yards of sloppy penalties. But that's what ended up letting Shoemaker drive down and score that last one. But 45 yards of penalties, it's half the field. But I can't give more credit. I can't give enough credit to the Bobcat defensive front tonight. That quarterback, that number 7, Amari Evans,
an athlete,
dude could ball.
Athlete.
Dude could ball.
Speaking of that, were you surprised how the Central defense was able to shut him down, or at least put the clamps on him enough to get the offense back on the field and get on the scoreboard?
From what I've seen the last couple of years with the Central defense, they've always had a decent game plan in place. It just comes down to whether or not they've had the athletes to execute. It's looking like this year they have the athletes to execute because they came in, they were ready. They were ready for Shoemaker. Linebackers knew their assignments. They didn't miss them. The defensive line clogged up the middle, forced the quarterback to go outside every single time, and the two ends they played containment, and so they did a great job for the majority of the night. You could tell when the Bobcats started getting tired there at the end, because then the Shoemaker started ripping off those 9-yard average runs that we got used to seeing. But other than that, secondary played great. No one got beat on a big play. We were gifted with a couple of drop passes by Shoemaker, so that was
right.
That definitely helped. But came away with what should have been 3 takeaways. We had 2 takeaways: an interception and a fumble recovery. The last interception that we had was canceled out by a targeting call.
Gotcha.
That happened seconds before. So,
was there a Bobcat that kind of, I guess, was your Central player of the night?
I mean, you got to give credit to Tyler Hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was his first real start of not filling in for Brown last year when he got hurt, or it was his game to lose tonight, and he played great.
Yeah.
He was efficient with the football. He didn't turn it over. He ran when he needed to. He's still a little gun shy in the pocket, which I'd like to see him get a little bit better with. Yeah. Sometimes he bailed out just a little bit too early, but that comes with experience. And I honestly thought he played a great game tonight. Bobcats not as many yards to the air as I'm used to seeing. They had a bunch of yards on the ground, so that was nice to see. It was a nice change of pace. But if this offense continues to be as efficient as it is, there were no big 60-yard bombs or a breakaway run for 70 yards. These were all 8 to 12 play drives, 10 yards here, 19 yards here, 7 yards here. They nickeled them, dimed them all the way down to the goal line, but it worked. We had less success in the inside the 10-yard line tonight, so the Bobcats got to get a little bit better at that. But I honestly have no complaints. Receivers didn't drop the ball. Running backs didn't fumble. The one turnover that Central had, I personally think the receiver was down, but it is what it is, So they did have one fumble, so maybe in practice get the receivers to practice, hold on to the ball a little more, while they're getting hit. But this was an all-around complete game. Even the very first kickoff, you could consider that one of the missed tackle mistakes that I was talking about. There was one at the very beginning of the game, and then one right before halftime. You just got to wrap up and contain those athletes. But even that, the Bobcats answered with their own kickoff return for a touchdown in the second half. So again, as a Central alum and a Central diehard fanboy over here, I am happy with the Bobcats tonight. Very happy.
Well, they did very well tonight. Last question. So they go on the road next week against El Paso Montwood. El Paso Montwood had their woes tonight against Midland High. Midland High doubled them up on the scoreboard. I believe it was 40. I can't remember the score exactly, but I know So 44-22. So it wasn't, it wasn't I guess, a successful outing for the Montwood Rams tonight. What are you expecting from the Bobcats next week as they hit the road?
It's going to be interesting to see if they have any jet lag coming off of their very first, really long road trip, and they're going to have 2 of those back-to-back. So, let's hope they play well. Let's hope it translates well. But knowing who Coach Crane is, and, he's been around this program for so long, and especially after the way they played tonight, I don't think that being ready is going to be a problem. Whether or not they can execute as well as they did tonight, I don't know. It might be a little bit hotter in El Paso next week. He was sprinkling a little bit. The temperatures got a little cooler tonight. So, but if the Bobcats show up, they should do just as well, if not better, than Midland High did tonight. I'm not no offense to Montwood, but Bobcats look good tonight. They look strong.
That they did. All right. So, hey, speaking of big plays tonight, thank you, Ryan Chadwick. Stick around here for just a few moments as we wrap this show up. Let's get to our La Esperanza Clinic play of the night. Yeah. Trammell, care to take us away for this one?
Oh, yeah. This one is Okay, so this one, it was a game winner. How could you not give it to him? The jump ball for the win, Manny. That's right. It's a touchdown for the Wall Hawks, and that's our play of the game, brought to you by La Esperanza.
Run it back.
Run it back. Yeah, that's right. La Esperanza brings you the play of the game right here. Gabe Haskins, 3-step drop, and just chunks it up for him, and that is a touchdown and the win. Manny, what a play.
Yeah. What a play. The Wall Hawks, they win in walk-off fashion, 28-21. Doesn't get much better than that.
Chadwick, you think you saw a better play at Central than that guy? The walk-off homer?
I'm not going to lie. Those 2 kickoff returns were pretty sweet.
The kickoff returns were pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, before we go, let's pay some bills with La Esperanza as they are our play of the night. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic is here to serve you, providing behavioral health services, adult primary health care, along with school and employment physicals, and so much more. La Esperanza Chadburn Clinic, located at 1610 South Chadburn, offers extended hours Monday through Thursday and Saturday clinic hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Alrighty, hey, it's been fun. It's been real. That was our La Esperanza play of the game, presented by La Esperanza Clinics here in San Angelo in the Concho Valley. Hey, they got some big things going on there. Hey, we'd like to thank all of our videographers tonight, especially the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Chadwick, the Bobcat connoisseur, Caleb Price, a number of our
James Bellini,
the man
of course,
at the
Central game,
holding it down with our Bobcat coverage tonight. Jacoby Swearington out in Odessa, Isaiah Garza as well as John Eberly in Midland, Eric Andrade in Garden City with that game as well. So. Thank you, Tony Garcia, our wonderful director tonight. Good friend, good pal. Hey, bringing us the goods tonight as well. And thank you to Joe Hyde. All right. Hey, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Trammell, final thoughts on the night?
Well, I thought tonight was a great week 1. You can't ask for a better week 1 than getting Central to win when they weren't really supposed to. When you get Wall to come back and win on a last-minute touchdown. And just any time that I get to see the Leveland Lobos win by 1 point, if you didn't think I was going to get that in there, I did. So, I can't complain, Manny. What about you?
Oh, no complaints here, man. Hey, before we leave you tonight, we do have one last thing to look at, and it is a post-game sound with San Angelo Central head coach Kevin Crane as he kind of just dissects this win. Coach Crane, James Bellini, take us away.
Bobcats, Kevin Crane, now the 1-0 Central Bobcats. How's it feel to get this first win?
Well, it feels really good, but it's a total team win. I mean, it takes everybody, our team, our coaching staff, our administration. It's a total team effort, and so I couldn't be more proud of our organization tonight.
And Tyler Hill didn't get a lot of plays in the scrimmage last week. This is kind of his first live game action. How did you feel he perform tonight?
Well, I thought he performed well. I really did. I thought he had a really good game, but you know, it takes the whole team to do that. I mean, the offensive line protected great. Our receivers ran good routes, and so you know, overall it was a total team deal, and so very proud of the whole offense.
And keep an athlete like their quarterback in check. Hell of a performance by your defense. How do you feel?
Yeah, super proud of our defense. I thought they played extremely hard. I thought they rallied to the ball. You know, we got to clean up a few things here at the end. Those 15-yarders are unacceptable, and they'll find out about that tomorrow. But you know, overall, to hold a team with that type of speed, you know, under 30 points or whatever, I don't even know what the final score was, but to hold them in check as good as we did, I was really proud of our defense.
Coach, you don't even have to know the final score if you're winning like that. I don't blame you, man. Good stuff as the Bobcats victorious tonight, 43-28 over Killeen Shoemaker. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. Hey, I'd like to dedicate this show to the late, great Rachel Diaz. My grandmother passed away just yesterday in San Antonio, Texas. Great woman. You will be missed. All right, for these fine gentlemen, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night. God bless. We'll see you in week 2.
Oh, yeah.
Who say they want it? Who say they ready? See, you might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey, coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey, coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they won't? We won't. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like. We like it. But this is West Texas. They gon' respect. First off, I got my grades up, so I deserve every moment that I'm out on the field. I've been in practice all week, so you know what it is. We ain't come for the win, but we came for the kill. It ain't all about the hard boy, so why here we here hard boy? We for nothing but the Lord boy. So when you come play us, we